Sanibonani Dumelanga Busheni. Hello, good morning, Mzansi. Welcome to your Wednesday on Expresso.
Good morning, Kutle.
How are you?
I'm so fantastic. Let me tell you, we're feeling the fact that it's a Wednesday and we are halfway to the weekend. They say it's like an avalanche. You just kind of roll down and everything gets better from here on out. So we're hoping that you woke up this morning with a big, bright smile on your face. If not, give us at least 3 hours to be able to do that for you. Now, we start this morning with a look at modern co-parenting in 2025, where shared calendars and parenting apps might keep families organized, but also emotional awareness still holds the key to real peace.
Absolutely. Now, registered counselor Sadia Southgate joins us to unpack how parents can raise happy kids across 2 homes, which is really important, especially during the festive season, right?
Absolutely, Kutle. I couldn't agree more. Then we're bringing festive inspiration straight to your table, from creamy whipped feta with a roasted grapes on lean and what's happening, to a golden orange and honey thyme glazed chicken, an indulgent mini chocolate, I don't know, salted caramels involved, there's a nut crunch, and there's also a Clem Pedro. So I already know that everything great's about to happen, and thanks to Chef Jay as well, it's going to be fantastic. So please scan that QR code so that you can cook along with us this morning.
And I can't wait for that. It's the culinary hotline bling, baby. And later we'll talk about a new kind of wealth, one that can't be stored in a bank account. You know what I mean? Entrepreneur and investor Murray Legg is here to explore the power of social capital, the trust, goodwill and authenticity that help us build real influence in a digital age.
Wow, it hasn't been more relevant than right now, so please grab a pen, grab a paper, and of course, come hungry. We're about to get into 3 hours of feel good. My girl Kutle, I'm going to send you over. She's going to prepare some news for us. 2 minutes after 6 o'clock, it's time to get straight into it. And as she does prepare, we of course have to just remind you that you have to jump on the conversation. At Expresso Show is where you find us across Instagram and Facebook to be along with us as we get into so much goodness on this Wednesday morning. For now, though, a couple minutes after 6 o'clock, let's touch base with your national news headlines.
Thank you so much, Ka. It is 2 minutes past 6. Let's get into our national news headlines. Siyabonga and Malusi Ndimande accused of murdering rapper Keenan, aka Forbes, and friend Debelo Tibbs Motswane in 2023 returned to South Africa from Eswatini yesterday to face trial. After initially appealing their extradition, they abandoned the process, allowing it to proceed. The Minister of Justice has received the extradition order, and the brothers will join 5 other accused in Durban, facing charges of murder, conspiracy, and unlawful possession of firearms. Forbes and Motswane were gunned down outside a popular Florida Road restaurant 2 years ago. Sticking with local news, the Ekurhuleni municipality has suspended acting deputy commissioner of the Metro Police, Julius Mkhwanazi, following an internal audit into alleged misconduct. Effective immediately, the move follows serious allegations at the Madlanga Commission about his involvement in crime. Mkhwanazi, previously on special leave, now faces formal disciplinary proceedings. City manager Kagiso Rotla says evidence points to deeper problems in the department, prompting a broader probe. Nearly 200 specialized services members and Mkhwanazi refused fingerprinting during annual screenings introduced in November 2021. Let's look abroad into international news. Ethiopia has been confirmed to host the United Nations COP32 Climate Summit in 2027, beating a rival bid from Nigeria and securing a platform to shape global climate agendas. The decision, endorsed by fellow African nations, gives Ethiopia the presidency role, allowing it to set goals, highlight its climate priorities, and help resolve conflicts during negotiations. Ambassador Loseged Tadesi Abebe called it a critical decade for climate action. And meanwhile, the host for next year's COP31 remains undecided, with Australia and Turkey both in contention. Sticking with international news, a suicide bomber outside a district courthouse in Islamabad yesterday killed 12 people and injured at least 27 others, Pakistan's Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi said. The attacker was unable to enter the court. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif accused extremist groups actively backed by India, a claim denied by New Delhi. Local media report that Jamaat Ul-Ara, a Pakistan Taliban splinter group, claimed responsibility, though central Taliban leaders deny involvement. Authorities are prioritizing identification of the bomber and vow to bring those responsible to justice. And finally, on to entertainment news. In a dazzling upset that thrilled fans and judges alike, 27-year-old death metal vocalist Ignacia Fernandez has been crowned Miss World Chile 2025. Known for fronting the thunderous band Decesses, Fernandez swapped leather for lace with unapologetic confidence, her viral performance mixing head-banging energy and heartfelt poise. Offstage, she's a model and passionate animal rights advocate who campaigns for adoption and wildlife protection. Her win has been hailed as a triumph for authenticity, proof that compassion and power can coexist, that beauty in Chile now comes with a roar. This is how we wrap up your 6 o'clock news headlines. Let's get straight into the sport headlines with Carissa.
Well, thank you, Kuhle. Let's see what's happening in your world of sports. Starting out with your cricket news, where Salman Agha's unbeaten 105 and Haris Rauf's 4-wicket haul powered Pakistan to a narrow 6-run victory over Sri Lanka in the opening ODI in Rawalpindi. Now, Agha and Hussein Talat lifted Pakistan to 292 for 5 before Rauf's 4 for 61 restricted Sri Lanka to 293 to 9, giving the hosts a 1-0 series lead. Moving on to your rugby news, England coach Steve Borthwick has made 7 changes for Saturday's autumn international against New Zealand, calling Tom Rubach on the wing and George Ford at fly half. Now, Sam Underhill also returns in the back row and Maro Utier captains the side while Freddie Stewart is fit again at full-back, dropping Marcus Smith to the bench. Going back to your cricket news, JP King smashed an unbeaten 56 of 26 balls to steer the Daffabit Warriors to an 8-wicket victory over the DP World Lions in the CSA T20 Challenge that happened at St George's Park. Now, the win, their third in 5 matches, lifted the Warriors to second on the table, while the Lions remain winless. And closing off with some more tennis news, where Carlos Alcaraz edged Taylor Fritz 6-7, 2-7 in the tiebreaker with 7-5, 6-3 at the ATP Finals in Turin on Tuesday to move within 1 win of reclaiming the year-end #1 ranking while in the same group. Italy's Lorenzo Musetti thrilled the home crowd with a dramatic 7-5, 3-6, 7-5 victory over Alex de Minaur. And that is where we leave your sporting highlights. We'll see what's happening again at 7 o'clock. For now, though, let's prep for the day with giving you your weather news.
Let's get into the weather news. The South African Weather Service warns of extremely high fire danger today across parts of the Northern Cape and the West Coast district of the Western Cape. Very hot and uncomfortable conditions are expected over Namakwa in the Northern Cape, as well as the West Coast and Central Karoo districts, including Breed Valley and Otsweren municipalities. Residents are urged to take precautions, avoid open fires, and remain vigilant as the intense heat and dry conditions heighten the risk of wildfires across these regions. It's time to get into the sunrise view of the hour. This one was sent by Charmaine from Amanzimtoti. Thank you so much, Charmaine, for sharing how you wake up in your part of the country today. This one is from Amanzimtoti. Do expect a max of 25 degrees Celsius. We truly, truly appreciate it. It looks absolutely beautiful. If I were to wake up to this sunrise view every morning, I really would be inspired to rise and shine. Golden hues just across that beautiful ocean or beach. It truly is beautiful. Thank you once again. Right now, I do want to inspire you at home to share your morning views with us, please, on 063-036-9649. Let's get into the temperatures for the day.
Well, it's looking good across Mzansi, let me tell you that much, and especially right here in your Feel Good studio, because we're bracing ourselves for incredible conversations. It's a Wednesday, so we're cooking, but we're also getting into a Wellness Wednesday. And if you are co-parenting, we've got just the conversation for you. Yes, we rely on digital calendars, but it's the connection and getting on the same page that truly matters at the end of the day.
100%. And also we dive into the kitchen with Chef Jay to teach us how to elevate store-bought cake. I'm pretty sure you do not want to miss out on that deliciousness, all of that magic and so much more coming to you after this.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. We are live on S3. This morning on social media, we have reached out and asked you, Mzansi, what's the one boundary or habit that helps you or a loved one co-parenting this time of the year? Share your thoughts with us via voice notes on 063-036-9649 and use the hashtag Expresso Show. What's one boundary or habit that helps you or a loved one co-parenting this time of the year, especially because we are fast heading into the festive season? We want to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to send those voice notes once again on 063-036-9649. Let's dive deeper into this conversation. Let us into your world and in your mind and how to create a very safe and wonderful space for your children and family at large. We really, really do love hearing from you. Let's do the right thing. Let's dive deeper into this parenting conversation with Carissa right now.
Well, thank you so much, Kutle. We really need to, especially considering the fact that Saudi is back with us, and we have to get into co-parenting. You know, it looks very different in the year 2025 compared to what it looked like maybe even a decade ago. Now, I'm talking about everything from calendars that are shared, parenting apps and digital planners. Many separated families are finding new ways to stay organized and, most importantly, to keep their kids out of the crossfire of two parents trying to navigate it all. But while technology can help with structure, emotional awareness still drives real success in shared parenting. So today we are joined by registered counsellor Sadia Southgate, who's here to help us just unpack what practical or peaceful co-parenting looks like and how to protect our children from conflict they should never have to witness. So Sadia, welcome back and thank you for being here.
Thank you, thank you.
And it is an important conversation. Yeah. I see this time and time again. Nobody thinks they're going to be in a co-parenting situation, but sometimes it happens as life goes. And then you got to figure out how to do it. So in your counseling experience, what are some of the biggest emotional or even logistical hurdles that parents or co-parents have to experience and go through?
Yes. I think, you know, the start off is the emotional hurdles because parents or co-parents basically go through a sense of loss and grief. And sometimes we think that loss and grief is necessarily somebody that has passed on,
Right.
but it's the loss of, you know, the future that I had envisioned with this person, you know, the grief that comes alongside that. So oftentimes emotionally they deal with resentment, they deal with hurt, they deal with anger,
Sure.
and that can potentially just cloud the relationship, because now as co-parents I first need to deal with whatever it is that I'm going through,
Right.
and then after that, you know, it comes the emotional baggage, you know. But with that, it is the logistical side, because now there's financial obligations, then there's miscommunication,
Yeah.
and it really kind of just sums up everything, because it's not just something that we cover like logistically, but it is an emotional, holistic perspective that we have with co-parents as well.
Oh my gosh, there is a lot to consider.
Yes.
Let's just put the emotions aside for a minute and talk about the logistics for a second, because in 2025, there are things that can assist us, tools, right? There's shared calendars that we can use, apps that will help, you know, with school runs in particular, so we're all on the same page. So I am curious how these tools can make that transition a little bit smoother. I know not entirely, but just a little bit of help. How can they assist?
Yes, I definitely think that if parents are specifically like systematically inclined, it really comes in handy, because it kind of helps both parties and both parents to be on the same page.
Right.
It eliminates miscommunication, and it also sets the tone for, you know, what the next activity is, because there's extramural activities,
there's a
there's
lot.
doctor's appointments, there's medical aid. So it's not just that the school provides like a set calendar, but it's also just a shared responsibility, because we understand, you know, and it's something that I believe even that a conversation that I had with a good colleague of mine is that, you know, co-parenting is not an easy journey to go through for any parent. As you said, you know, you're adjusting to a lot of things, and sometimes parents might not get it right, other times they might. So these tools are there to help equip parents, but at the same time, I do want to also acknowledge other parents that may have not even been on these apps and have made use of these tools. So sometimes they might even feel pressure to now use this, and now they're changing their routine, you know. But my suggestion is, you know, it's something that we work in counseling, is solution-focused brief therapy. If something is working, do more of it. But if it's broke, and then we fix it, you know. So, and that's a tip that I would like to give for parents today. If you are going through this stage of life, maybe it's new, maybe you're still adjusting, is to make use of the tools, and if it's working, keep doing it.
I love that you said stage of life, because sometimes people need to be reminded it's a season.
Absolutely.
The adjusting period will eventually settle, and you'll find your rhythm at some point or another. But from your perspective, Sadia, what makes a really good handover checklist? People just want to know. They want to know the details. I mean, how can it both help the parents stay calm, but I think the big C word here is stay consistent.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's stay consistent, but also be a present parent, you know, because it's very easy to get caught up with the logistics around what needs to be done, checklists, to-do lists, structures, have I done this and have I done that, but consistency. And am I a present parent? Because that's what kids need. They need a parent that is present with me here and now, not going alongside and doing all of these other things. But the moment you're present, you're actually fulfilling the child's needs. And once the child's needs is being filled, everything else flows from that, because everything that we do in life, it has a ripple impact.
Sure. And our kids are always the most impacted.
Yes, and I think it really just comes down to you being actively involved in your child's life. You know, there is a big responsibility that rests on parents, and sometimes, yes, it can be both parties. It's not always just the mom. It can be the dads as well. And like I said yesterday, we were speaking just about finding that balance, and it's very rare to find that balance, because if you are finding that balance, you are probably ahead of most people.
Sure. I also like to think of it as harmony more than balance. That's a recent perspective someone gave me. So instead of trying to figure out where the scales are, just find your rhythm, as you were saying, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. Personal hurt, parenting duties. Sometimes the one eclipses the other, and I mean, we're human at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So how exactly do we approach this? What are some of the first steps that we can take to shift the focus and to gain better perspective?
Yes, I think that's a very good question. I'm going to be a little bit blunt in saying
Please
this.
do.
Is that sometimes we think that our partners are the only ones that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
And the question starts with, how am I contributing?
Ooh.
to the problem, and what role do I play in this? And especially when it comes to, you know, personal hurt, there's a lot of resentment, a lot of anger, and that then clouds the best intentions of co-parents. So I can be a co-parent and have the best intentions, but if that resentment, that anger, that judgment is there, it clouds everything else. So the goal is, what role am I playing in this, and what am I contributing? And not just what role am I playing, but what can I do differently now as a parent, you know, because children also grow up, they also go through emotions, not just us, you know. So we're needing to almost, I like to think of it as almost like, you know, a newborn. Baby's going through all the phases, different seasons, different emotions, and you as a parent too. In that season of conflict, your child too is adapting to new different ways of doing things and life. So are you. So you learning as long as your child as well. So I think it's just coming alongside your child, regardless of what you're going through. And the key thing is to not make a permanent decision based on a temporary emotion.
Oh, mic drop. Sadia Southgate is coming through this morning with all of the gems. My goodness, a lot to digest. I get it. A lot to take note of, but we've got a part 2 of this conversation coming your way in just a little bit. So let's just ease the atmosphere a little by going into the kitchen and seeing how we can elevate store-bought cake. And when we come back, we'll continue this conversation all around how we can help you with your co-parenting.
Oh, you can make my day. Smooth, creamy, country fresh.
Anyone for ice cream? Whether it's lunch with the family, birthdays, fries, or just because, there's always more Country Fresh desserts to share. So get sharing, because there's 5,000 Rand plus a Country Fresh hamper up for grabs every Thursday on The Expresso Show. To enter, share your Country Fresh dessert on The Expresso Show or Country Fresh social media pages. T's and C's apply.
Smooth, creamy, country fresh. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Now, before the break, registered counsellor Sadia Southgate helped us unpack how structure and communication shape successful co-parenting. And now we're turning to the emotional side. We need to get into it. How to handle conflict, reduce stress, and build a sense of teamwork that kids can really feel, even across the 2 homes that they may be living in. So, Sadia, thank you again for having this conversation with us. It is pretty brave. I think any journey of parenting, and then adding in co-parenting, different homes, many schedules that you have to bring together. I can imagine the children actually adopt a sense of anxiety because there's a lot of uncertainty in the air, right? And what kinds of, I don't know, arguments or behaviors are most damaging, would you say? Because surely there's a hierarchy.
You know what's at the forefront is physical abuse. You know, I feel like I felt that even as I see it, because parents don't realize how much their tendencies play into, you know, the futures of these kids, because a lot of times we just think that it's physical abuse, but it is emotional and verbal abuse as well. And these usually come in subtle. You know, when there is emotional or even verbal abuse, it shapes the child's identity. So sometimes maybe there's that abuse that happens within the home, and then you have kids that go to school and then they are bullies. So then other kids again get impacted by it, you know. So it really is kind of a really deep and touchy subject, all in all, because you're recognizing that this is not just a physical abuse that can happen, but it can be emotional, even financial abuse as well.
That's a big one.
And kids hear these things, they see these things, and sometimes we as parents think, oh no,
They're so
they don't
young,
know.
they don't get it.
Yes,
Yeah.
they don't fully understand. And I mean, we probably might even touch on it later on, is the fact that today I find, especially in 2025, the theme has been a lot of kids have been in counseling and therapy at the age of 8.
Wow.
9 because of stress and anxiety, and already have this negative connotation that they are suffering from stress and anxiety. But when we go through, let's say, the timeline of the child's life, that 8 years, and we go back to what happened, what transpired, what the root cause of it is, it comes down to co-parents. And it comes down to parents that have not perhaps even dealt with their own issues, and now that has impacted the child's stress and anxiety.
I think hurt people is the phrase that keeps coming up, whether it be the kids becoming bullies or the parents who are not healed passing that trauma down.
Absolutely. And it, you know, if I take it a lot further, kids adopt these behaviors in the home, and if they are not smart enough or emotionally intelligent enough, they then trauma bond in other relationships, whether as teenagers, whether as young adults, or even married couples, and then they look back on their life and realize that, whoa, something is popping up, and it's kind of, it's bad, or it's leaving a bitter taste in my mouth. But when you look down on the time frame of the child's life, it's because of stress and trauma that was caused.
Everything happens when we're children, y'all. I'm just saying. Any emotions you might be feeling, you must trace it back and you say, that's when it happened. But let's talk about when emotions do run high and you need a moment to cool off. You need a moment to count to 5. How can you do this? How can you engage in this behavior without it spilling into, you know, the child's emotional well-being?
Yes. It's very difficult because, you know, the child is there. I can just imagine, you know, emotions are high. The child is there. Mom and dad are having an altercation. Both of the feelings are valid,
of course,
you know, and it's also just recognizing that this is not the right time, it's not the right place, and the child is there. So it's having that communication. I think it really is so important for co-parents to have effective communication and establish that, so that when that emotion is high, I can get eye level with my partner or ex-partner, you know, and recognize that this is something that is not just detrimental to us, but it's detrimental to the child. So taking a step back, whether it is counting to 5 or saying, you know what, let's remove ourselves from this situation right now or from this environment, and let's revisit this later. Sometimes we feel like, especially when emotions run high, it needs to be addressed right now.
Immediately.
But, you know, what impact is that going to have on the child? What impact is that going to have on me? Because sometimes it happens when the parent needs to go back to work.
Absolutely.
Or it's a phone call, and emotions can run high on a phone, in person. So it's just choosing the right environment and the right thing to say at the time. And sometimes being quiet is the best answer.
Oh, that's the hardest thing you could have ever said. Being choosing silence?
Yes.
That feels impossible.
So it's an answer too.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay, families kind of want outside assistance and help as well, because sometimes it does get to that point where other people need to intervene. How can we use counselor-guided check-ins or even mediation sessions to make sure that we're guided through this more effectively?
Yeah, it's a good question, but truthfully, I think in experience, it doesn't always go well, because I think it's almost counseling and mediation is almost a last straw for parents. So it's like the last resort. So let's see if it's working. And I think that, you know, counseling and mediation creates a safe space for parents, which they may not have at home or at the parents' home, because sometimes co-parents need to drop the kids over at the parents' home, you know. But counseling creates a safe space and a safe environment for parents where they are able to then find common ground, make common sense, because sometimes it's just, we're just attacking each other, we're not attacking the problem. And that's the key thing for me, especially when it comes to just navigating through us, is let's fight the problem, not each other. And if the problem is let's finding like a specific schedule, specific routine, then let's do that and work alongside each other. Because like I said earlier on, it's working alongside each other and trying to understand how am I contributing to the problem. And if I'm okay with acknowledging that I'm part of the problem, then it's something that I need to do. Because sometimes what happens is with co-parenting counseling is that you end up just with one parent because it's just one parent that's contributing to the problem. So it's just recognizing that I can find a safe space, and that is why these spaces are available for clients to be able to navigate through it. And sometimes people think, oh no, I need to go when only I have a problem. No. It's just navigating through it, and how do we make this work for us, while we're prioritizing the child.
Oh, that is so good. Listen, I said, Mzansi, at the start of this that you grab your pen, you grab your paper, but alternatively, this will be, of course, available on YouTube to watch for time and time again. But I just want to have a lasting note with you, Sadia. Looking forward, when it comes to a bit of a mindset shift, because, I mean, truly, it all begins and ends in our minds.
Yeah.
What is something every co-parent should take into consideration when moving a little bit forward and creating emotionally and resilient kids?
That's the key thing is emotionally resilient kids.
Yeah.
And I think from my experience and even just theoretically understanding that children are resilient by nature.
Okay.
We are designed like that.
reminder.
And it's not just that they are resilient by nature, but as, let's say, suppose me as a parent, if I allow myself to feel emotions, it welcomes my child's emotions too. But if I shut down, by default, I'm not allowing my child to feel either. So it makes me, let's say, question my child's emotion and things like that. So going into, let's say, this new era of 2025, 2026 almost, you know, it's just recognizing that emotions are okay. And there's no such thing as a bad emotion. The only time the emotion is bad is if I'm hurting myself or I'm hurting someone else.
Oh my goodness. We said it, we'll say it again. The gems coming through. Sadia, thank you once again.
Thank
Please
you.
come back soon. We need assistance, we need help, we need guidance. And it's so great to know that, yes, co-parenting can be really challenging, but it is possible to get on the same page. And especially when you lead with empathy, it is something, and communication, it is something that definitely can be done. So all the best. For now, though, let's head to the kitchen for something sweet.
Good morning, South Africa. My name is Clem Pedro. Now, with the festive season in full swing, we're showing you how to turn a simple store-bought cake into a stunning, and I promise stunning, holiday showstopper. No baking required. Promise. Now, usually in the kitchen, it's me, it's you, it's me. This time, it's Ick and Jay. NJ! Oh my goodness! Do you realize this is actually the first time?
This is the first time.
We've never been in the kitchen
This is
together.
the first time. Oh my goodness.
Can we just, like, South Africa, the amount of love I have for this man, you won't
man.
understand. Absolutely love you, love your story, love your journey, love your future, because they don't even know. They don't even know. So honored to be in the kitchen with you this
Thank you,
morning.
Clem.
And you're going to be taking us through some holiday hacks.
Yes, because let me tell you something. Even Chef Jay buys store-bought cakes.
And so do I, and that's absolute truth, and that's the truth. We speak our truth, and here on the Cullen Hotline, we ask you to speak your truth. So if you have any questions for myself, for Chef Jay, please let us know on WhatsApp. Send us a voice note, and that voice note number is, Jay, can you tell the number? It's over there. It's over there.
063
Yes.
036 9649.
You even got it with the song, and you didn't even have to pay. It's going to be an amazing day.
It's jingle time.
I do love that you admitted that you buy store cake, because
Yes.
even I do. I'm not gonna, like, for every occasion, bake. No, not at all. And also family members, when you see me at an event, don't look at me like I'm food. Don't look at me like I'm food. Like, what
Where's
did I
the
bring?
cake? Where's the cake?
Sometimes I want to chill. Sometimes I just want to take it easy. Feed me. Feed me. Jay, will you feed me?
You're speaking to the right people there.
They're listening. I know. I will start naming the aunties' names. Anyway, Jay, we're going with a beautiful store-bought cheesecake.
Yes,
I love it.
you know, for me, entertaining is all about prep and planning. If you plan and prep everything accordingly, you'll have a seamless, vibe when you're entertaining. But things, don't always go according to plan. So try and take something out of your hands or reduce the stress.
Love that.
And desserts are always a great vibe to do that because, with the convenience of the shop.
And a little bit of know-how, a few little hacks.
Exactly.
You can take something that already looks really good. I mean, don't lie, guys. I would find myself a spoon in a dark corner and I'd be happy. But I love this.
I think we can do better, Clem.
That's what I want to hear.
I
Let's
think
go.
the people deserve more from us, Clem.
Show them.
So what do we have here? We've got some buttercream that we've just whipped up. This could be buttercream that you've had in the freezer, left over from a previous cake. So we're just going to start sort of, I think for this vibe, it's festive coming up. So we're going to go for more of like a Christmas wreath effect.
Got you.
So I'm going to start piping a border.
And what I absolutely love those chef TV shows where they have like challenges. And I know that you took part in Taste Master. I mean, look at you just winning all over the place.
Showing my age.
How did you feel about those time challenges that they gave you?
You know,
I'm asking for a reason.
I really just took it in my stride.
Guess what?
You know?
Today you can't take it in your stride.
Do I have to go quicker?
The team upstairs has just said we are
goodness.
giving Jay 3 minutes
Okay,
to
cool.
do this.
So we've started off with a beautiful wreath design. Now
Love
we've
it.
got some citrus that we've just dehydrated. So thinly sliced on a baking sheet, low and slow in the oven, about 90 degrees.
Okay, so as low as the oven will possibly go.
Low as the oven can possibly go. Guess what? You can do it in the air fryer too.
I love that. I love that. What I love most about this hack is the fact that we're taking something and we're using all of it. I've got such a big thing about waste in 2025. I'm trying my absolute best to minimize my food waste. And this is such a great way to do that. I love it.
Because, you know, we were speaking, Carissa and I, the other day on the show about the bananas in our kitchen, and when we're making banana bread, we always have that one banana.
Banana conversations,
you know,
I'll be having them too.
The same with your citrus.
Right.
You know, dry them out, don't let them go to waste. And you can add you know, I think I'm going to go with the limes because the limes are cute and small. We've got some oranges too. And they make great, you keep on going, but they also make like great little gifts. Like 100%.
Tony Bessie would love
a little
a citrus potpourri.
Yes.
There we go. Trademark. You can have it. You can have it.
The potpourri, child. Also rosemary, which we, you know, harvested from across the road.
Literally,
you know,
no joke.
Find your friends, find your neighbors who have rosemary. A little bit of dusting of icing sugar, and guess what? It looks like a little Christmas tree.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
So we're just going to place about
it's already looking so magical
over here. Let's do that. Okay.
It's looking beautiful.
And then a cute little crown for our little cake. This is little sugar work that we've done in the kitchen today, so that's going to go in the center. And already it's looking beautiful.
What do you mean already? It is beyond.
Right? And look, there you go. Put that in the center of your table. Don't tell them that you got it from the shop. Guys were worried, you know, thinking Jay's going to take up all the air in the room and take up all the time. I finished in 3 minutes.
Not. But what you did do is you came through and you're impressed. Now, South Africa, Jay's not going anywhere. Jay's not going anywhere. He's here for the whole morning. It's a whole lot of you, Ek and Jay, the whole morning. That's super, super, super stunning. Jay, what's next? Hit with a snack platter. Make sure you come right back. Don't go anywhere.
Roasted grapes. Oh, God.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
And cue the children. Axel is here to steal the show, and we are here for that because it's Christmas. It's a time for exactly that. Kids to have fun, to learn, to grow. But finding the right toys that are both cute and developmentally meaningful can be a bit tricky. So we're going to help you out. Today, our play therapist and good friend, Dr. Anisa Vahed, joins us to share how the Crazy Store's range of early childhood play items can help babies and young'uns to learn, to grow and explore through play. You are doing a lot of exploring today, and I love it. How are you, Axel? Strong? He's giving me that look. And we got Nicole and little Maya here as well. Obviously, being a teacher yourself, working with young kids, you know, but you've gone through your doctorate now, having 2 kids. So thank you so much for being here. Why do I feel like you've met this little guy and Maya as well? So good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's bewildering entering into the space because I get absorbed by flashy colours and noises and things. So for a child, it's difficult to know where to jump off. How do we begin looking for the right balance when it comes to our kids' toys?
Well, with children, we're looking at kids. So for Maya, she's a bit more smaller. She might gravitate towards different toys. So it's always like the soft and the cuddly toys.
It must go in the mouth. That's
it must
pretty
go
much
in
the only rule, hey?
right?
Yeah.
So we're looking at the senses about touch, feel, look, move. So she'll be looking to things that might be a bit more warm, soft, cuddly, making a bit of a noise, anything that she might want to hug. Obviously, our older children, like Axel, might want to go through things that cause a bit more chaos. So obviously, the big balls that are a bit more appealing, different colors, different feels, different textures. And as they get a bit older, we want to try and get them to learn how to problem solve. So we want to get them into doing things that's going to learn so that they can actually kind of get that problem solving, that coordination for themselves.
With independence.
So we want to give them toys that they're actually going to push them in the right direction.
I love that. Or they can push in the right direction, literally take towards. I know she's still a whole little person, despite being a very little person.
Yes.
What does she tend to gravitate towards?
So she loves the plushy toys with the... Sometimes she even on her cot, she will like rub her hands just for the sound and then stop and listen.
That.
She loves it.
Oh, as a parent, is there nothing better than those little fingers on you when they're just like connecting with you in that way? I love that. Dare I even ask what he gravitates toward? Because I don't think there's been one toy that he hasn't played with yet.
That is exactly Axel. He loves all kinds of toys and he loves...
Let the imagination fly.
Yeah.
And I suppose therein lies the challenge. As a parent, you want to kind of manage them playing so they can do it properly. And therein lies the fall down because they need to discover and learn and grow, but because there's mental, but there's also fine motor.
So I think the big thing is that chaos is great. Okay. There should be no rules.
Put it on a T-shirt and give it to every parent.
Just go and say, get down on the floor with your children and play with them. Get to learn how they are playing. And I think the big thing is all of us parents get very kind of anxious when we go to the toy store and we go, oh, you know, we're never going to get out. But sometimes taking your child to the toy store spark of interest. So we want to get that curiosity. We want to kind of get them not getting bored with the same old thing all the time.
How do we engage in play? Like, how would you typically engage with this little man in play? Do you let him loose?
So I let
involved?
him loose, and sometimes I'll let him play independently, and if I see he needs a bit more one-on-one time, I'll
take the edge off. Yeah. You find things out about each other. That's where personality, culture start to come into it. What should we be mindful of when playing with a toddler specifically? What's a good kind of framework?
So the inner pediatrician in me is always safety. Okay, so the big thing is that we want to make sure our toys are safe.
For sure.
So obviously we don't want any toxins, we don't want any things, any buttons or snap that break off. But obviously, because especially we've got a toddler here with all the chaos, you want to have something that's easily cleanable. So you just want to be able to go and just wipe it down and go, okay, it's ready for tomorrow, easy peasy.
Done.
Yeah.
Well, look, we don't mind a germ or two because that's how we build our immune system. So, you know, but I can say that as having a second child. First child, no germ shall touch our existence. So I get the two different phases. You know how much learning is informed by play.
Yes.
Because that's the construct of your job every day. What do you see the difference in children that learn to embrace being able to play and have the freedom to do this?
Yeah, so they're definitely more confident, more outspoken. They're very spontaneous and creative. And I think like just setting up toys for them helps them to explore in their own way. You get to see what interests them, what they don't like, and it gives you an idea as to what they could find meaningful as a career one day even.
Well, this is the thing. You start to tap into all those other layers. And I suppose because we've institutionalized learning to the point that we do, yes, we need that, but you also can't forget about the individual within that space. The joy of being able to learn and play is great. We want to make sure that that's safe, but there is a cultural shift or something that happens. Why is this good for the parent and the child to do together? What's happening when we enter into these spaces?
I think the big thing is in this type of generation, everyone's leaning more towards screen time. Okay, and it's very easy, especially when our kids get chaotic and everyone's leaning towards more screen time. And I think the big thing is that we need to lean away from it and go, you know what, actually, I want to bond with my child. They're only this small ones. They're only this chaotic ones.
All you get.
It's all you get, especially like with Maya. This is the only time she's going to be able to sit still on your lap and not move, and you can keep an eye on her. And this is the big thing, is that it's trying time away from everything, from chaos, from work, from all the admin, and play with your children.
Oh, I love this. Almost makes me want to have another little one. Thank you so much to Anissa and Nicole. Some amazing insights. A great reminder that the best baby and toddler gifts aren't just cute, warm and fluffy. They are tools for growth. And with the Crazy Store's wide range of play items, you can be sure that your child's imagination will keep flourishing from cradle to aftercare, and they will have this kind of energy and an outlet for it. Axel, you're an absolute legend. In the pool we go.
Big or small, we have got it all. Everyone will find something at the Crazy Store. It's no wonder South Africa considers the Crazy Store the
Salary hotline bling!
Ting, ting, ting!
I've already told you that the festive season is here. I told you what we're all about today. And I'm glad that we're not saying the festive season is around the corner. As soon as it's October 1st. No, it's festive season.
No, these days it's from March.
It's from... because we need it. Guys, my Christmas trees are already up. And I never know what the day... I know it's November. Seriously. Here to welcome in the festive season.
Yes.
That's why, Jay, you're taking us through all the entertaining hacks. We do want to hear from you, South Africa. So please, if you have any WhatsApps, Jay, let's go. Straight in. Roasted grapes.
Roasted grapes. Grapes, I love grapes, right? And I think they sort of teeter on the line between savory and sweet, depending on how you prepare them. And I love, you know, accompanying them with a nice, smooth, creamy sort of dip. It's also just something that takes a little effort, but makes a huge impact on the table.
Oh, for
Right?
sure.
So we've got some honey.
And I feel like it's a festive season. That's the one time of the year where you make effort.
Where you show up, you know?
You show up
for your people, and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. You
That's
know?
true, yeah.
But I would say that buy the best of what you can afford, you know? So if you can afford to splurge a little bit, then by all means do so. But festive much. So just, you know, reel it in this season and just spend more time with your family enjoying the moment.
I love that. And I mean, we can relate so much. I mean, we have like the two aunties that will battle peppermint tarts every year. You know, we don't need 2 peppermint tarts. We just need 1.
And there's always like 100 proteins at my family.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I can't lie. I like the proteins for the leftovers because then it becomes like it's the 3rd of January and I'm still eating like the gammon from Christmas.
The gammon on the brown bread, child.
Love.
That's a vibe. So we've a bit of sea salt, and then we're just going to gently roast this in a pan. Look at that. I mean, isn't that just beautiful?
So what happens is the sugars are going to caramelize. They're going to become a little bitter. The umami is going to come out. The balsamic that's on there is going to also caramelize. You can totally see how, because at restaurants, here it is, I don't like sweet desserts. Rather give me a cheese board, and I feel like this is such a good balance of savory cheese, something sweet and tangy in the middle. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
100%. So I'm going to now just put this into the oven because it's smoking up a little bit. So you sort of have an eye line.
Okay.
You know, have it in your eye line.
So scratch what I was about to say, because I was about to say it'd be so nice to do this in like a cast iron pan with the braai going, and then everybody there.
Fine, yeah. So that's why I would prefer to have it on the stove.
A little
because
bit
then
of brandy, woof, flambe, step
Wow.
back. It's a festive season.
Wow.
Get like theatrical with
whipped feta dip.
it to the top billing walk. And today on Top Billing, we'll be presenting.
No, but you've got to do.
Oh yes, Raul de Mornay does the.
You've got to
Okay,
do
here we
the
go.
hands.
Today on Top Billing, we'll be preparing the most amazing feta whipped dip with Jay. Jay, talk us through this thing.
Because I feel like I'm not done with whipped feta.
Me too.
Whipped feta came in. It was a big trend, and I still do the feta whip.
It started a revolution, and I am now whipping so many cheese. There's ways that you can bulk it up and end up with like almost a liter of feta whip, and you've only used like a few pieces.
And you use it for dips. I mean, there's so many ways that you can use it. I mean, it's amazing. So we've gone in with some feta over there. We've got some beautiful Greek yolk. Why not?
So people
Bit of
always
sweetness.
assume that we add honey purely for sweetness. The funny thing is, honey is acidic. So we all like, I want to say almost like zest, that electrical zzz, that just brightens the flavor of whatever you're adding it to. Pepper.
And
Love.
if anything, I mean, it's not that we need it because I
No,
mean,
my hay
we are
fever.
sweet enough.
My hay fever is dramatic, though. My hay fever is like crazy. And apparently, eating honey, consuming honey from your area, helps with soothing the hay fever. You become immune to the pollen. Who knew? Who knew? Okay, yeah, I know you need to make a noise. So you make a noise.
Am I going to make a noise? Will you check on our grapes for us?
Oh yes, I'm supposed to be working.
I think we can hit it with a bit more heat, Clem.
Under the
And
grill
I'm
or on the stove?
also looking for the brandy.
Hey, Tiffany! Okay, Tiffany's gonna go work on that.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna pop this back in the oven for a bit.
I think so.
We're gonna keep on whipping, and when we come back, let me just check. Do we still have time? They've given us 2 minutes, Jay. They've given us an extra 2 minutes. We can do this.
Amazing.
Okay, Jay, I'm gonna stay here with the grapes. Okay, for a little bit.
I think let's hit it with some heat.
Got it?
Let's get it going a bit hotter.
It's full gas.
Is it full gas?
Here we go.
Okay, give it a toss.
It's Taste Masters 2 minutes challenge. It's a team challenge. Jay, you got your whip done?
I feel like I'm just making a mess.
No, you're not making a mess. You're making beautiful creations.
So here's the thing with whipped feta, right? Sometimes it doesn't work out as smooth as you'd like.
I was going to say to you, I like a little bit of texture in the whipped feta, so I know what I'm actually eating. So almost like cottage cheese vibe. I dig it, because then you get those like pops of salt from the briny feta. I love that.
I love that too. And you know, when you sort of snacking and enjoying your little cheese vibe, I think having texture is always good.
Always,
you know? Always good. And then again, don't now just slap this in your auntie's bowl, you know that.
I'm sorry for all the aunties. We're not coming
for the aunties.
Please don't come for us. Please
This
don't.
is just, you know, just be intentional about the way that you present everything. So we're just going to smooth that off nicely, creating a nice little bed for our grapes. And I think we're almost there, Clem.
I'm gonna go with this. Are you ready for me?
I'm ready. Put that on.
I know I'm not done.
You're not done?
Do you want this liquid?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, you do.
Yes, definitely.
There is a QR code on screen. Oh, scan it now. Get this recipe. Get Jay's personal cell phone number, because you're gonna want to make this recipe. It smells so good.
Look at that.
Get this recipe. Make it. Jay's still here for another 2 more recipes. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for more Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting.
Protea Hotels by Marriott is where hospitality feels like home. It's why when your family is with us, we treat you all like a member of ours. Book now and be more than a guest. Go there with Marriott Bonvoy.
Oh, it was the oven lamp.
It's Miley Cyrus, yo.
Like you said, it was the fan, yeah.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. The time is now 6:58. We are nearing the top of the hour, 7 o'clock. We're going to dive into our national news headlines. Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana delivers his medium-term budget policy statement in Parliament today, outlining government plans to stabilize public finances amid sluggish growth and rising debt. Analysts expect a focus on job creation, social protection and infrastructure investment. The speech is also likely to stress fiscal reform, improved revenue collection and tighter spending controls. With confidence, low and high pressure, Godongwana's message will aim to reassure investors and chart a clearer, more sustainable path for South Africa's economy. Sticking with South African news, Siyabonga and Malusi Ndimande, accused of murdering rapper Keenan aka Forbes and friend Tebelo Tibbs Motswane in 2023, returned to South Africa from Eswatini yesterday to face trial. After initially appealing their extradition, they abandoned the process, allowing it to proceed. The Minister of Justice has received the extradition order, and the brothers will join 5 other accused in Durban, facing charges of murder, conspiracy and unlawful possession of firearms. Forbes and Motswane were gunned down outside a popular Florida Road restaurant 2 years ago. Turning our attention to international news, U.S. President Donald Trump's envoy and son-in-law Jared Kushner returned to Israel on Monday as mediators grapple with advancing the fragile Gaza ceasefire. Major hurdles remain, including Hamas disarmament, Gaza's reconstruction and governance, and the deployment of an international security force. Talks are further complicated by scores of Hamas fighting reportedly trapped in tunnels beneath Rafah, behind Israel's Yellow Line. While Washington has floated a possible amnesty for those who surrender, Hamas insists its fighters be granted safe passage, a demand Israel has so far rejected. Bringing it closer to home on the African continent, Ethiopia has been confirmed to host the United Nations COP32 Climate Summit in 2027, beating a rival bid from Nigeria and securing a platform to shape global climate agendas. The decision, endorsed by fellow African nations, gives Ethiopia the presidency role, allowing it to set goals, highlight its climate priorities and help resolve conflicts during negotiations. Ambassador Loseged Dese Abebe called it a critical decade for climate action. Meanwhile, the host for next year's COP31 remains undecided, with Australia and Turkey both in contention. And finally, London's Leicester Square shimmered in emerald and pink as stars Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo and Jonathan Bailey reunited for the European premiere of Wicked for good, thrilling fans who arrived in glitter and green. Grande and Erivo called the farewell beautiful, while Bailey, freshly crowned People's Sexiest Man Alive, joked that director John M. Chu was the real heartthrob. With 2 new songs and its uplifting tale of friendship and courage, the sequel opens on the 21st of November, just in time for the summer holidays, and promises to cast another enchanting spell over audiences. This is how we wrap up our 7 o'clock news. We'll be back at 8 o'clock. Let's get into the sports headlines with Carissa.
Well, thank you, beautiful Kushle. Let's see what your sports is looking like. Starting out with cricket, where Salman Agha's unbeaten 105 and Harris's Ralph's 4-wicket haul powered Pakistan to a narrow 6-run victory over Sri Lanka in the opening ODI in Rawalpindi. Now, Agha and Hussein Talat lifted Pakistan. Moving on to your rugby highlights, England coach Steve Bowick has Tom Roebuck on the wing and George Ford at fly half. Now, while Freddie Stewart is fit again, and at fullback, dropping Marcus Smith to the bench. That's in the CSA T20 Challenge at St George's Park. They win their 3rd in 5 matches, lifted the Warriors to 2nd on the table, while the Lions remain winless. What's happening in your tennis to close off? Carlos Alcaraz edged Taylor Fitz 6-7, 2-7 in the tiebreaker, 7-5, 6-3 at the ATP Finals in Turin yesterday to move within 1 win of reclaiming the year-end #1 ranking. While in the same group, Italy's Lorenzo Musetti thrilled the home crowd with a dramatic 7-5, 3-6, 7-5 victory over Alex de Minaur. And that's where we leave your sports for now. We'll see what's happening again at 8 o'clock. Let's check in with your roads, though. I'm pretty sure the roads have woken up.
It's time to have a look at what's happening on the roads, starting off in Gauteng, Bedford View. Bringing it down to the Western Cape, Cape Town, Plattekloof. An accident had occurred on N1 inbound after Plattekloof interchange. All lanes are open, but traffic remains slow. Let's get into the weather. The South African Weather Service warns of extremely high fire danger today across parts of the Northern Cape and the West Coast district of the Western Cape. Very hot and uncomfortable conditions are expected over Namakwa in the Northern Cape, as well as the West Coast and Central Karoo districts, including Breede Valley and Otswara municipalities. Residents are urged to take precautions, avoid open fires, and remain vigilant as the intense heat and dry conditions heighten the risk of wildfires across these regions. Let's get into the sunrise view of the hour. This one was sent through by Nikki Haywood from Durban, Sunny Monani in Durban. The maximum temperature today in Durban is 26 degrees Celsius. Thank you so much, Nick. Officially started because we see the sun has fully risen, well, almost, and it truly is picturesque wherever you are. Thank you so much for sharing the sunrise photo with us. If you are inspired by Nikki, you show. Let's dive into our temperatures for the day.
Oh man, so much excitement in studio this morning. I think we're in order of the day all round, no?
100%. The season of entertaining is officially here, and Maxwell and Williams are making sure your table is as festive as your menu. So discover incredible Black November deals on dinnerware, serveware, and so much more. Let's take a look.
Every day brings something new to the table with Maxwell and Williams. And today's deal brings restaurant dining into your home. The White Basics Dinnerware collection is made for every home. Classic, clean, and beautifully simple. There are 3 great Black November deals today. And to add White Basics to your table, you can do so from the Soho Room collection to the Tribeca Coupe, each crafted for everyday beauty with great savings. All you need to do is visit maxwellandwilliams.co.za and click on Black November deals.
Oh, and Zanele looks so good. And add a touch of timeless elegance to every single meal.
Oh, yes, and also to inspire you even more to get these deals. We get into the kitchen a little bit later on for a delicious recipe.
Of that, and then in the entertainment block, we've got Alba Foster standing by. She's going to be introducing us to a new track called Lenta. And yes, spring is here. It has sprung right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll get into that after this.
You gotta do things that make you scared.
Whatever your reasons to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is, of course, Expresso on S3. And right now we have to get into entertainment, considering it's the second hour of the show. Alba Forster is who I'm talking about, a rising South African artist capturing beauty in nostalgia and new beginnings that shape us. But before we get to know the gorgeous girl, let's take a look at her talent.
Jy wat vir altyd in my kop sal bly. En ek kies dit nie, maar die gedagte van jou los my nie. Dink jy nog ook aan my, wanneer jy in jou kar ry? Dink jy nog ook aan my, as jy kon sal jy terugkyk?
Obsessed with the visuals, right? Welcome to the show. The album is titled Lente. I mean, Carissa, you mentioned it means spring in Afrikaans. It's full of nostalgia and beautiful experiences. Tell us more about the inspiration behind the title.
Oh, so when we started like building the track, I was like, no, I don't like this at all. And I don't like the words. They're not fitting. Nothing feels right. And then he's like, okay, scrap the whole thing. And he was like, okay, I really like the idea of that. Maybe we should still like incorporate it in the new song. And then we just started like building, really singing in the studio and trying to figure out the words that I'm going to sing.
Whoa.
In real time. Yeah.
Okay, that is what makes a hit. I think that is the recipe right there. What did the song sound like before? Was it not a pop track like this one?
No, I don't actually remember what it sounded like. I think we tried to go for like still the rock pop side of things, but then eventually we were like, okay, this doesn't sound good because the lyrics and the vibes feel like a ballad, but the track is like pop rock, so it didn't mix well.
Oh, that is stunning. So what do you want listeners to feel and experience when they listen to Lente?
So like a bit of the inspiration behind the chorus and stuff is like that feeling when you're sitting in the car and you're like on a road trip and you're riding through like and it's scenery outside and you're looking out the window and there's like 80s music playing and you're imagining like you're in the music video or you're the main character in the movie. I think like when they listen to the song, they can like share that feeling with me and also feel like the main character.
Yes, girl.
I'm so obsessed with all of that because we do have those moments where we feel like you're just like looking through the window, it's raining and you are just reflective of life. You know, that sort of feeling is packaged in this album. But let's talk about the visual element of it. Tell us all about the video. Everything was shot here in the Cape, right?
Yeah, so we haven't been living here for so long. We moved to Rothman and I've always known about her, like I've been following her for a while and I always wanted her to do something like for me, like for one of my music videos or content video or just I wanted to do something with her. And then eventually I reached out and then she was like super nice. She was like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. And then I think she took me to Durbanville first and then we shot like with these flowers in the background and stuff. I was so scared because the grass was like, and I'm so afraid of snakes.
Yeah, I was about to say, die slangen.
And she was like, no, go lay down on my and then we also like shot some stuff in her car. And then also on Pole Mountain, actually. I think the week before we also shot on one of the roads there. And that was a bit tricky because there were cars the whole time, up and down, and we were like trying to avoid the cars that they're not in the shot.
Yeah, don't die for content. Please don't do that. But the visuals look incredible. I so love them. I feel like it's one of those classics that people will watch 10 years from now and be like, yes, I'm still so into Alba's music. But you do have singles like Omgekeer and Ik Mis Jou. And I feel like this is a different vibe, sound and direction. So in the next chapter of your career, how do you feel like you're going to evolve in terms of your style and your sound?
I'm always open to do anything. I think it really depends on what is straight your listeners and like who listens to your songs and what they listen to at that moment so that you can still like attract them to the song and that they can still listen. And I also think like what happens in my life at that moment. Like, am I going through a friendship breakup, or am I dating?
Stunning.
Also, Alba, do you write about maybe how difficult exams are treating you, seeing that you're only 17, right?
Sure.
I would love to write a song about that, and if I can find the right words,
Of
because
course.
that's so hard. Like, how are you going to write about an exam?
But how do you manage everything, right? School as well as focusing on music.
At the moment, it's pretty tough because I just switched schools, well, a while back, but I think now I'm getting the hang of it again and this new school, they are so like supportive of me. Every time I'm saying like I have to do something with my music, they're like, yeah, go, we'll get the work for you, we'll make sure everything's right. My friends are also really supportive of my music career. Yeah, and I think they're my biggest fans, so that also helps.
Girl, they sound like keepers. Please have them around you forever. I've got to ask you though, if there is a young girl who's maybe 16, 17 right now, trying to juggle it all, but knows she has this dream of wanting to become a singer, how would you encourage her to chase her dreams?
I would say just push through. It is really hard. I know it's really hard. And I know it's like, you're like, damn it, why can't I get those grades? And then you're like, okay, but I also need to focus on my hang of it. And you will eventually realize, okay, what you need to prioritize at that moment. Like, what is more important, this test or my music? And then I think just go from there, and then you'll be on the right path.
Spoken like a true professional. I love to see it.
Honestly, and just finally, right, before we let you go, Lenta is reflective of everything that you've just said. There's a season for everything. And you plan on focusing on music after high school. What can fans expect from you?
I think I would really like in Cape Town and in the Cape area. I think there's so many talented people that nobody really first full like debut album that I can release.
Okay, well, Graham always says this is the manifestation station. So we are expecting a great season ahead for you, and we're very excited. Another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ding, ding, ding.
Now, next, let's move on to the main course. A dish that brings warmth and sunshine to your table. This orange, honey, thyme glazed chicken. It's zesty, it's golden, it's beautiful. And I'm not just talking about Jay, I'm talking about the chicken. It's amazing, Jay. It sounds amazing. Where do we begin?
We begin on the chicken. Okay, so I think chicken breast has a bit of a bad rap because it's usually dry, it's usually not that exciting, but we're going to bring it to the forefront today because, again, it's an inexpensive protein and you can jazz it up.
You can.
You can jazz it up. So I think what we'll start with is just a good, generous sprinkling of salt and pepper over the chicken.
I like how he says generous, and Tiffany gave us literally
quartered our chicken sparingly.
I actually do find that if you season your chicken breast the day before, sorry, I took your pan of heat. If you season your chicken breast the day before, it locks in so much moisture that it makes it a lot more difficult to overcook.
100%. I'm also wild about brining my entertaining. We don't have the time to do all of that, so we're seasoning it liberally with a bit of salt and pepper, thanks, Tiffany. And then we're going to put this into the pan.
Tiffany's busy showing me like how she's going to come for me during the ad break. We've got a voice note for you, so let's play that.
Hey Jay, what are some creative ways to repurpose leftover vegetable to reduce food waste and create a unique dish?
Oh, you're going to have to help me.
Repurpose vegetables, like roast vegetables. Do you have a hack? I do.
For me, my go-to is lasagna.
Yes?
Yeah.
Like a veggie lasagna?
Like a veggie lasagna. Sure, I'm lost for words there, Clem.
Just this week there, and all I literally did was I took tomato pesto, stirred it through the roast vegetables, added an amazing cheese that we were kind of old. And it was magical. And I love that we're looking for uses for leftover vegetables.
100%.
Because there's a lot that you can do. And your biggest friend for leftover vegetables is an air fryer. It'll bring it back like better than before, like even like when it came out of the oven the first time. So air fryers are a great way to use leftover vegetables. Get it, do it, eat it, love it. Chicken.
Chicken, frying it, giving it some color. We probably would have had the pan a little bit warmer.
My fault.
Thanks, Clem. But keeping me safe. Also, I just have to point out that the next cap on. Who knows what I'll show up next?
I was digging the cowboy hat. Okay, so once we get our color on our chicken, then we start building the flavor.
Then we start building the flavor in the same pan. So we're just going to put our chicken over there to rest.
So our key flavors are honey.
Our key flavors are honey.
Mustard.
Can you sense the theme? So when you're curating your menu, it's always good to sort of have a common theme throughout the menu, which I think makes it nice. So we've got butter.
Jay, are you good at talking while you're cooking?
No, I'm terrible at
Come
doing
on,
that.
man, Jay. Listen, okay, so I'll catch you up. So what I absolutely love is the bond that the presenters have with each other and the team at Cordova. One of the team from Cordova actually made my wife's wedding dress, and that was very, very special. Jay made Carissa's wedding cake. And I wonder if we've got footage of it right now. We do. Look at that wedding cake. And I know for an absolute fact, and I'll bring Carissa in and she can testify, it meant so much more that it was made by someone like you, that we love and adore, that's so part of our lives already. Can you talk us through, yes, she is. Yes, she is.
And then I appeared. How incredible.
Can you talk? I love when people testify on other people's behalf. And I mean, this man does such a good job. He doesn't even need to testify for himself.
Good job. He does a fantastic job.
And just to say, he is such an amazing human being that honestly, he does not have to testify for himself.
No.
There are millions of us who testify how amazing this man is. So Carissa, talk us through your wedding cake, please.
Okay, first of all, there's a Google review, 5 out of 5.
Yes.
Everybody's just resounding success. That was the cake. It was 3 layers. It was literally a case of what do you want? This is what I want. This is what he made. And it was even better. I mean, how do you even do those things on the cake? I don't know.
So that's actually rice paper. That's a hack that I think we've done on the show before, maybe. Well, maybe we'll bring that back. And it's rice paper. You soak it in some water, form it, air dry it.
Casual.
Add that to the cake, so completely edible. But I must say that for me, cakes are not just about business. Cakes are a love letter to the people that I'm making it for. And I think it's one of the ways that I get to show my appreciation for people. And I think Carissa's been...
Easy now, because I'm free. Carissa's bean, go on, sorry, go on.
Yeah, it was just a small way that I could say thank you for always seeing me, for always believing in me. Yeah. So that's where I started, and it was actually difficult because I had a pinched nerve in my shoulder when I was doing that cake.
Imagine.
So I don't remember feeling pain because I was, doing it with love. That's what it was about, But also, out of all the people that could have made your cake, you
crazy?
You
That
took a
was
chance
like...
with me, and that was also special.
It was not a chance. It was not a chance. I knew for certain that it was going to be incredible. Clem, let me tell you.
Sorry. Bernice, can you please stand by for makeup retouches? Carissa, I need flavors. I need some flavors still. Oh my word.
Let's talk about the 3 layers. I just want to say that usually with wedding cake, everybody wraps it up, they take it home, they freeze it.
Right.
There wasn't even a crumb. There was 0 left on the night as we were still dancing. Like people, is there more? It was, what were the flavors?
What were the flavors?
It was like a lemon.
Yes, there was a lemon tier with a beautiful lemon curd inside. We did vanilla because vanilla's a showstopper.
Of course.
And did we do
There was
carrot?
another one. Yes, and carrots.
We did my carrot
My
cake.
man and I love carrot cake, and so we had to include that as well. And everybody wanted a piece of... I said no. Only 1 slice per person, and that was their entry as well into the wedding, and it was just unreal. It was unreal. Jay, I love you.
I mean, beautiful bride needed a beautiful cake.
I am.
And we got there.
We got there. I had to actually match the cake. You did? The other way around. I looked at the cake, I said, okay, step it up with the makeup. Like, the dress needs to get better. It was stunning.
It is such a beautiful thing to see. And when I found out that you baked the cake, I did also get teary because I know that is something that definitely came out of love.
100%.
The love only lives here.
Amen.
So you guys are absolutely amazing. South Africa, we were supposed to teach you about a recipe. I'm going to ask him to bring the QR code on screen so you can go and scan that QR code and get the recipe for Jay's amazing chicken. You know what? In fact, we'll actually wrap it up in the end for them. What do you think? We will show them.
Yeah.
Wait, they were like, no, actually you guys get it all the
We've got
time. The feels
time.
are amazing. Okay, Jay's still back with your chicken.
Is this Marry Me chicken?
Is this Marry Me chicken?
This is not Marry Me chicken, but if, you know...
If it happens, it happens.
It happens, you know. Baby, where the hell is
my husband?
Okay, so
amazing.
quickly back to the recipe.
Yes.
We had butter in there, we had garlic in there, we had thyme in there.
Wow.
Everything that loves chicken. We had orange juice, just a bit of a deglaze with the orange juice. We have orange zest in there. We've got a bit of Dijon mustard. Guys, are you feeling me?
Look at that texture.
So it's reduced down quite nicely. We're going to put our chicken back into the pan.
You said everything that loves the chicken, Clem.
Put me in the pan. Put me in the pan. Can I just say, a lot of times when people try to get this texture of sauce, they always like revert to corn flour or to flour to thicken it. This is a good example of when techniques give you the result. All you do is you took your time, let things cook down, and you've got that beautiful glossy viscosity
There we go.
that is coating that chicken so beautifully, and it smells.
And that's also a nice way to keep the chicken moist, is basting it, you know, and that's when, you know, again, being intentional about time and not rushing, you know. I think we get to that time of the year where we're entertaining and everything's flustered and we panic and we're anxious. Enjoy it.
Enjoy.
You know, enjoy it, and 9 times out of 10, like I was saying earlier, you bake, you cook with love. The taste, the flavor is all love.
It speaks for itself. That's the thing. Also, did you hear Chef Clem said viscosity? I like it when you speak foreign, man. On the other side of this break, we're going to continue with a culinary hotline bling, and maybe there'll be a ring waiting for Chef Jay.
I did makeup!
Who knows? Who knows?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso live on S3. I hope that you are sitting back, relaxed, and having an oh-so-good time, because we have got some exciting news for you.
Oh my gosh, we want you to panda, pusher, play Lotto. Not only that, Lotto Plus 1, and then there's also Lotto Plus 2, because 45 million rand is sitting there in total estimated jackpots, and it all goes down this Wednesday, so please don't miss out. Play Lotto for an estimated 27 million, and then you get Lotto Plus 1 for 3 million, and last but certainly not least, Lotto Plus 2, 15 million rand is what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness, delicious figures right there. Buy your tickets right now in store or on the nationallottery.co.za website, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD.
Beautiful. 5 ways to win given by the beautiful Kuhle. Please take those down. And if you missed it, all the details will be available on our Expresso social media pages. So make sure you get yourself in the running to win by playing Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2, because 45 million rand in total estimated jackpots is waiting for you. It sounds like a winning Wednesday. I don't know about you.
100%. Let's continue the good vibes, the feel goodness, right, Carissa?
Please. Alba Forse is standing by to perform her very first song. So get up and let's enjoy Lenta.
Ek is Alba Foster en hier is my liedjie Lente.
Sal bly. En ek kies dit nie, maar die gedagte van
Now, that was her brand new title, or rather brand new song titled Lenta, right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do not go anywhere because the food goodness continues. After this, later on, we explore the color palette of Orchard and Blooms, as well as get back into the kitchen for another delicious recipe. She has all the recipes for a fantastic song. She will be back here for a second performance. All of this and so much more straight after this.
It's my feel good. Before the break went, we had Albert performing a gorgeous song called Lenta.
Yes, I am absolutely obsessed with spring. Yep. Think soft petals, sun-warmed fruit, and the gentle lift of spring air.
I like that.
This week, Plascon's Color Forecast invites you into Orchard and Blooms, a world where nature's freshest notes flow effortlessly into your home.
Orchards and bloom. And when I speak of orchards, I think of fruit, vibrant, zesty colors. And when I speak, joining me today is Storm Ross, the styling director for Lookbook Studio. Storm, thank you so much for joining us. This is such an incredible color world. Tell me, why do you believe us as humans are influenced by color world like orchards and bloom?
I come from a background from floristry, and I absolutely love flowers, and I think flowers bring people so much joy. So I love the poppy, which very much influenced this color palette.
In a world that's been consumed by Lana, so incredible to have you here, and welcome to the 2026 Plascon Color Forecast. We've been watching your brand over the years, and it's been absolutely remarkable to see. Tell me a little bit as...
For me, each project starts with color, first of all, and I kind of use the color forecast as more as a sort of an art direction point of view. So it allows me to understand, first of all, what colors are on trend, and at the same time, it kind of opens my mind to think about colors in an unexpected way, or sort of which colors complement each other a little bit more. And then we can also look at textures, and especially in interior spaces, often that way.
This color world, Orchard and Bloom, has some sort of human touch to it. We can sort of feel the natural elements through the color palette. Storm, can you go into detail more about the color palette, Orchard and Bloom?
The green chartreusey yellowy olive green is called overwhelming yellow. It's quite a complex color. And then behind us is the peach color, which is Spanish brocade. And then these touch neutrals, which is Hudson. It's like your cream color to just balance and lift everything.
Embrace color in your work.
So muse actually means muse in Japanese artistic mediums of contemporary floral design, stick design, and crop styling. And that is also driven by seasonality. For me, nature is everything. Nature is what we respond to, and nature is where I draw my colors from.
People are also afraid to play with color in...
So for instance, if we're talking about floral design, buy a colorful vessel. Don't necessarily purchase something quite big. Or look at the artwork around your home. That's also a great point to bring color into your space. A lot of the times when we do work in interior spaces, I try to draw a lot of inspiration out of the colors of the artwork.
Thank you, Lana. I hope that you are inspired. Organic.
Spice things up within our own homes.
I'm telling you, we've been chatting and yapping away about this is what I'm including. These are the colors and the warmth that I'm bringing into my home. It just feels like the perfect season to be able to do a revamp in your house, as we saw from gentle blossoms to the orchid in full vibrant swing. Orchid and Blooms is a reminder that color finds its truest expression in nature.
Get inspired by colour and stand to win. Plascon is giving away 2,000 Rand cash every Wednesday, and you could be our next lucky winner. All you need to do is follow Plascon South Africa on social media. Then head to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Instagram, or X and tell us which of Plascon's handmade color wheels is your favorite. Don't fees apply. See expressoshow.com for more. Plascon, make your own world.
And we're back in the kitchen, and we're finishing off on a decadent note. We're serving up mini chocolate trifles with salted caramel and mixed nut crunch. Oh yes, these little indulgent layers of rich chocolate mousse, or to spoil yourself over the festive season. Chef Jay.
Chef Clem.
I love it. I love.
So we need to just talk about this because I have some bad memories about a trifle.
Okay, I was about to go there.
You know?
I was going to go there.
You know, stodgy, messy. Not that pleasant. I don't know. I have some weird memories about trifles. Salted caramel. Ready. We're going in with our butter, okay, sugar, and then we're going to let that do its business and just play around in the pan. Gentle heat.
Gentle.
Don't want to burn that sugar.
What are we looking for? Are we making a caramel, or are we just looking to combine the two?
No, we're looking for caramel consistency.
Got you.
We could actually add some cream, turn it into more of a butterscotch. But we're going to stick with some just plain caramel. We're going to hit it with some sea salt, give it a bit more of a zhuzh.
Just plain, he says.
Make it a bit more adult.
Plain. Right, so that
butter's going to slow down the caramelization process, and it's going to give the sugar enough time to dissolve and to get its color. So we're going to let that just
show the people. The people want to see that.
So that's
okay. So we're going to keep an eye on that.
Yep.
Over here.
This side, we're going to do some chocolate ganache.
So I'm guessing cream goes in the pot?
Cream goes in the pot. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to shout at me.
Is this our only cream?
That is our only
cream.
Tiffany,
what? Tiffany, is it end of the month, salty cracker? What's going?
So we're going for more of a thicker consistency.
Sorry, Tiffany!
So... yeah, so that's why there's not as much cream. So we're going with about, I'd say,
but like again, like you said,
not.
You want me to kind of like take a little bit of this out?
No, I think what we're going to do is we're going to heat up the cream and then throw the chocolate in there. Because if we do it in the bowl, because we don't have enough warm cream, we run the risk of the chocolate not completely melting.
If anybody has spare cream at home, please send it to us. Just a cup of cream. We got cream.
We got more cream. Oh, there's
no, it's not. It's a different type of cream. But you know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it anyway. Okay, so a ganache is basically at home for our viewers. A ganache is basically when you take a cream, combine it with your chocolate. Essentially, you're trying to make a beautiful chocolate sauce.
Yes.
And now I understand that we're trying to go for quite a thick chocolate sauce.
Yes.
So once it's so kind of like you tell me when, chef, and I'll start adding some chocolate.
I think when.
Okay, cool.
When.
Take it off the heat a little bit. And we're going for dark. Is this dark chocolate?
100%. I'm not a huge fan of milk chocolate. I think a bit more sophisticated. Okay, and then you can.
I'm watching this.
You can give that a stir, Clem.
Can I already? Chocolate, but of course at home, if they wanted the milk, they can do the milk.
Yes. So you can definitely. I think trifle is one of those desserts where you sort of use whatever you have. If you got jelly, put the jelly in.
People be putting the weirdest stuff in their trifles.
Try not put the jelly in, but if you have to put the jelly in, just put the jelly in.
Can we just go through a few lists of things that don't belong in trifles? Peanuts?
Definitely not.
Why was that there?
With the dark chocolate, the
Yes,
cherries would be lovely.
I won't name and shame the person upstairs who said that, but marshmallows, oh my, if I see marshmallows on a trifle, I'm leaving.
Why?
Like, I'm leaving the event completely. What are marshmallows doing on trifles? No, Jay, absolutely
No.
not. Unless it's a coconut marshmallow.
No, but then that's even worse.
You're right. Okay, Jay, I hope I did the right thing here. Also, I've got a good hack for you. If you end up with chocolate that actually becomes a little too lumpy and you've made a ganache out of it, number one, it probably means your cream wasn't hot enough.
Yeah.
Number two,
in anything else is that I've learned so many hacks and ways to save things. So again, chocolate ganache, it splits, people throw it away. Hot water, tablespoon at a time, emulsifies it, brings it back together.
In this economy, you throw chocolate away.
I don't want to say too much, but J Bagels is going to make a big...
Maybe. Okay, guys, we're putting that out into the universe, cookbook.
Yes, maybe,
absolutely.
Maybe a little shop.
Oh, my goodness. Would the cookbook be baking strictly, or would you have a mix?
It would be a mix.
Oh,
it would be a mix. So it's a story about my family, my culture, my heritage, how I grew up, and the recipes and the food that I enjoyed eating, and bringing that, jazzing it up, you know?
Jazzing it up.
So it's going to be bringing back things like tripe and trotters in our homes, and I think we need to bring that back and make it sexy again.
Right.
So, and then of course, you know, stories and doing the kitchen started with my family. So this is just something that hopefully one day when I have kids, they can get the book, read about their family, and then it's a way that I can sort of pass on my legacy as well.
Yeah, guys.
So
you came for Culinary Hotline. This is all the feels. And actually, I found out some news this morning that I cannot... Guys, he was trying to keep it a secret. He was trying to keep it a secret the whole morning. Let's do it! Happy birthday to dear Jay. Happy birthday to you. Sorry you made your own cake. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Lost the pip.
Happy birthday, Jay.
Happy birthday. Make a wish, Jay. Make a wish.
I don't think it works that way.
I don't think it works that way.
Thank you so much.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You're so loved by us,
You
Jay.
are. It's been, come in, come. It's been such an amazing morning, Jay. It's been a family morning. I want to thank you and, like, honestly, everyone on screen next week for more Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting.
Makeup.
Smooth, creamy, country fresh.
Anyone for ice cream? Whether it's lunch with the family, birthdays, fries, or just because, there's always more Country Fresh desserts to share. So get sharing, because there's 5,000 Rand plus a Country Fresh hamper up for grabs every Thursday on The Expresso Show. To enter, share your Country Fresh dessert on The Expresso Show or Country Fresh social media pages. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We'll be performing. Now, this one is called Straatlig, and we can't wait to just enjoy the final hour of Expresso. So please take it away, Elba.
De tablet kyk vir my met 'n bloue van jou. Ek dink ek gaan accept. Onthou die auto ons sonder die sterre liep. Ja, jy het gesê onder die maan geen soek my, onder die strate geen wys my. Dis al wat ons nodig het.
Good applause for that one, Alba. We are so proud of you. That was so incredible. And listen, she has got range. It is so great to see her go from like a pop rock sound to a beautiful ballad right for you, Expresso show. And that was the final performance for today. And thank you for closing us off on a high note. I've got one question for you, though. If there is a collaboration that you would like to do with somebody in South Africa, the whole of Mzansi's listening right now, who would it be?
I would say Karen Zoid, because I grew up listening to her music. My dad and my mom are both huge fans, so I think growing up and listening to her music, it would be such an honor.
Oh my gosh, I can see it already. Alba Foster featuring Karen Zoid. Make it happen, let it be. And we can't wait for you both to come back and perform your song for us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Alba, and thank you, Mzansi, for embracing us and her with open arms. Right now, we've got to get into your news to kickstart that final hour.
Alba Foster has now ushered us into the final hour of the show. It's almost 8 a.m. In fact, it's 8 a.m. on the dot. Let's have a final look at the news headlines. Starting off with national news, the latest quarterly labour force survey released by Statistics South Africa shows that the country's unemployment rate fell to 31.9% in the third quarter, down from 33.2%. The expanded rate includes the 42.9% discouraged job seekers. About 248,000 jobs were created, mainly in construction, community and social services, trade, mining and agriculture, while manufacturing and finance shed jobs. Youth remain hardest hit, with 58.5% of 15 to 24-year-olds unemployed. Gains were strongest in the Western, KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng. Sticking with local news, Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana delivers his medium-term budget policy statement in Parliament today, outlining government plans to stabilize public finances amid sluggish growth and rising debt. Analysts expect a focus on job creation, social protection and infrastructure investment. The speech is also likely to stress fiscal reform, improved revenue collection and tighter spending controls. With confidence low and pressure high, Godongwana's message will aim to reassure investors and chart a clearer, more sustainable path for South Africa's economy. We now turn our attention to international news. Over 130 gold and bronze artifacts have been returned to Asante King Otumfuo Osei Tutu II at Mania Palace in Kumasi, Ghana, after being taken between the 1870s and early 20th century. The collection includes royal regalia, drums and ceremonial gold weights reflecting governance, spirituality and the role of gold in Asante society. South Africa's Anglo Gold Ashanti and British donors, including the Barbier Miller Museum and historian Hermione Waterfield, facilitated the return. The replications adds to previous restitutions, highlighting growing efforts to add colonial-era plundering of African cultural heritage. U.S. President Donald Trump's envoy and son-in-law, Jared Kushner, returned to Israel on Monday as mediators grapple with advancing the fragile Gaza ceasefire. Major hurdles remain, including Hamas disarmament, Gaza's reconstruction and governance, and the deployment of an international security force. Talks are further complicated by scores of Hamas fighting reportedly trapped in tunnels beneath Rafah, behind Israel's Yellow Line. While Washington has floated a possible amnesty for those who surrender, Hamas insists its fighters be granted safe passage, a demand Israel has so far rejected. And finally, in a dazzling upset that thrilled fans and judges alike, 27-year-old death metal vocalist Ignacia Fernandez has been crowned Miss World Chile 2025. Known for fronting the thunderous band Decessors, Fernandez swapped leather for lace with unapologetic confidence, her viral performance mixing head-banging energy and heartfelt poise. Offstage, she's a model and passionate animal rights advocate who campaigns for adoption and wildlife protection. Her win has been hailed as a triumph for authenticity, proof that compassion and power can coexist and that beauty in Chile now comes with a roar. This is how we wrap up your news headlines this Wednesday morning. Let's have a final look at the sport.
Well, thank you, Kuhle. And your final sporting update. Let's get into some cricket news first, where Salman Agha's unbeaten 105 and Harris Ralph's 4-wicket haul powered Pakistan to a narrow 6-run victory over Sri Lanka in the opening ODI in Rawalpindi. Now, Agha and Hussein Talat lifted Pakistan to 299 for 5 before Ralph's 4-61 restricted Sri Lanka to 293 for 9, giving the hosts a 1-0 series lead. In your rugby news, what's at the top of that? Well, it's England coach Steve Borthwick, who has made 7 changes for Saturday's autumn international against New Zealand, recalling Tom Roebuck on the wing and George Ford at fly half. Now, Sam Underhill also returns in the back row, and Marco Utige captains the side, while Freddie Stewart is fit again at fullback, dropping Marcus Smith to the bench. In your cricketing highlights, JP King smashed an unbeaten 56 of 26 balls to steer the Dafabet Warriors to an 8-wicket victory over the DP World Lions in the CSA T20 Challenge at St George's Park. Now, the win, their third in 5 matches, lifted the Warriors to second on the table, while the Lions remain winless. And closing off with a highlight on your tennis news, where Carlos Alcaraz edged Taylor Fritz 6-7, 2-7 in the tiebreaker, 7-5, 6-3 at the ATP Finals in Turin yesterday, to move within 1 win of reclaiming the year-end #1 ranking. While in the same group, Italy's Lorenzo Musetti thrilled the home crowd with a dramatic 7-5, 3-6, 7-5 victory over Alex de Minaur. And that's where we close off your sports for today. Time now to see if the roads have cleared up even just slightly.
Let's have a final look at what's happening on the roads. This is what the traffic is looking like. Starting off in Sandton, Gauteng, traffic is crawling on the N3 northbound at Marlborough off-ramp. If you are making use of the affected route, expect slower movement and allow for extended travel time. We bring it down to Cape Town in Brooklyn. An accident is resulting in minor delays for motorists making use of the N1 outbound before Koeberg interchange. Please proceed with extra caution and maintain a safe following distance. This is how we wrap up your traffic. Let's take a look at the weather. The South African Weather Service warns of extremely high fire danger today across parts of the Northern Cape and the West Coast district of the Western Cape. Very hot and uncomfortable conditions are expected over Namakwa in the Northern Cape, as well as the West Coast and Central Karoo districts, including Breede Valley and Oudtshoorn municipalities. Residents are urged to take precautions, avoid open fires, and remain vigilant as the intense heat and dry conditions heighten the risk of wildfires across these regions. It's time for our sunrise view of the hour, and this one was sent by Tash from Mossel Bay. Tash, do expect a maximum of 24 degrees Celsius, the perfect weather to really get the day started. Thank you so much for sharing your view with us. Just stunning, breathtaking. The sun is fully risen. We truly are in the final hour of the show, and we appreciate you sharing how you wake up in your part of the country. Mzansi, this is an open invitation for you to share your sunrise photos from wherever you are up at Mzansi. Make sure to do so on 063 036 9649. Now, let's have a look at the temperatures. Well, great weather across Mzansi, and that brings us to the final hour of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And let me tell you that right now, just final reminder, maybe we'll throw one more in, to Panda Pusha Play Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 for 45 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Wednesday. So please let me break this down for you, okay? Play Lotto for an estimated 27 million, then you get Lotto Plus 1 for 3 million and Lotto Plus 2 for 15 million rand today. Absolutely enticing. I'm sure you do not want to miss out on this action. Buy your tickets right now in store or on the nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or dial *120 *7529# for USSD. That's right, girl. 5 ways to win, and all these details are on our Expresso social media pages. So please go and check it out, as well as all the content today, and make sure that you get yourself in the running to win by playing Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 for 45 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. But you have to, of course, play now to access all that goodness, and we want you to hit play on the final hour of Expresso, because there's so much still to come your way. I know Kukle's got the food covered, but listen, when it comes to just making sure your future is looking bright and understanding the hidden wealth we all carry within us, I want you to stick around, because the co-founder of Webfluential is still here to take us through all the information that we need to just be better. Yes, all of this magic and so much more after this.
You gotta do things that make you scared.
Whatever your reason to go, you could get up to 100% off on flights. Book on our banking app. Your story matters.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we have made it to the final hour on Expresso right here on S3. And this morning, we want to equip you with all the knowledge that you can have to make sure that you step up as your better self. Now, this morning, we're joined by Marie Legg, entrepreneur, investor, and co-founder of Webfluential, a platform that connects creators and also brands through both trust and also authenticity, most importantly. Now, Marie has spent years studying how people build influence online and how our ideas, our actions, and our connections can translate into real opportunity. Now, his latest op-ed called The Hidden Wealth We All Carry challenges us to rethink what it means to be rich. He also argues that in 2025, our greatest currency isn't money, it's actually social capital, the trust, goodwill, and credibility that we earn through consistent, authentic contribution. Now, from the friend who recommends a local business to the creator building a loyal community, everything is covered. Today, Marie joins us to unpack every detail and small act to get into this invisible wealth and access it. And Marie, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I know a bit of a long introduction, but I mean, you're a man of stature. You needed it, all right? And I mentioned earlier that I actually gained a lot of campaigns through Webfluential. So thank you for the work that you've done.
Such a pleasure.
But let's get into talking about your latest op-ed. I know that you used a quote that gets thrown around a lot. Maybe some people didn't know that it was Derek Sivers that said it, that the graveyard holds the world's richest ideas, which is a powerful statement. So what made you connect to this idea, especially when it comes to hidden treasures and wealth?
Yeah, super to be here, and thanks for having me, Chris. So I think that particularly defines a lot of where we go in life. In all of the unlaunched businesses, the half-written books, the expressions that we never got to share. It's all the collective of our internal social capital of the things that we could have done and should have shared with the world. And often people go on to die with that. So that was the point, to just sort of say, let's elevate this and get it out there into the world and invest into social capital.
I love that. Social capital is the new rich. Social capital is the new rich. I love to see it. For people who think, I don't have influence, you see all these influencers online and you're just like, okay, let me leave it to them. I have nothing to do with that. How would you describe social capital in layman terms? What is that exactly?
So, yeah, I mean, we always think about money, the thing that we have or we don't have. And social capital relates a little bit to it, but it's about the ability to influence. And influence starts with being able to be trusted and to be authentic. So all of us have that ability. We all can communicate, and we all have people around us that believe some of the stories that we have to share. And that's the basis. So if you can do that, and then you can think about that at scale, where you might drive past a billboard, and a billboard would say, try out this certain experience, versus a friend that you trust or family member saying, why don't you try this? You're more likely to trust the human because it's got that human connection to it. So human connection, authenticity, communication of story, building trust is the foundation of what social capital is all about.
Absolutely. You know, I've seen a big trend, especially in the influencer world, where a lot of brands are now not even accessing that trust and credibility through the big influencers, but they're number one going for the smaller influencers that have community, because there is that trust between them, as you've mentioned. They've even taken consumers and, for example, taken them to brand trips, because people will believe them more than somebody that just gets paid to say something, right? Is that what it's about at the end of the day?
Yeah, you nailed it. The word is community, and in this kind of technology algorithm first world, social capital is community first. So that's all of the fabric that holds it together. So it's very much that.
Oh, I love that. I love that community is making a comeback, right? This is so great to see. You also mentioned that trust is the rarest currency, which is so interesting in 2025 because you think it's a fundamental between human beings. What are some early signs that a person or a brand is either earning or even losing that trust?
I mean, in the world that we have now, so much information, AI means that so much more content is being produced. We have to think about, what's real and what can we trust. So if you want to have those early signs of how you're building credibility, building social capital, it's being consistent, it's being resilient, and it's sticking to that story. So it's turning up every day and being someone that can be trusted. It's really as easy as that. And the opposite also applies. So where someone's sort of selling out, recommending a product, and then the next day their competitor, which the audience knows they don't believe in, that's really sort of giving away that social capital. So it's something that can be earned, but you also want to protect it, just like an asset.
Okay, and then in a South African context as well, because we have to bring it home at the end of the day, how do our local habits of storytelling, but also our own collaboration, our own communities also contribute to this bigger conversation of social capital?
Well, the most exciting part about South Africa is that we are such a storytelling nation.
Aren't we?
And that's really the essence of it. So, the stories that have been passed down in generations, the news that is expressed in the form of stories, that makes for an exciting kind of technicolor experience of life. So the more that those are credible and shared, the sharing goes on, just like in the digital world, we go on to share the best of them. So the best content typically gets shared, and we just have leverage because of technology. So that's the backbone of it, and South Africa is uniquely positioned to do a great job of it.
We are. I mean, I consume a lot of content both globally and locally, and nobody quite does it like we do. I think there's just something real. There's been a big trend as well. I don't even know if I want to call it a trend, but a push towards people literally creating content from their homes in Ikasi, the location, you know what I'm saying? And then taking all of that content, everyday content. I'm climbing in a taxi. I'm going to work. I'm working 9 hours a day. It's relatable content. And I think that's what people are seeking in this day and age, right?
Yeah, TikTok's done such a great job of kind of unearthing just the realness. So, you can have something that's unfiltered. It's just the video of my day in the life, and it makes it so much more relatable, rather than this curated, filtered, perfect little life. Meanwhile, behind the scenes is absolute chaos.
Chaos, yeah.
But yeah, it's a far truer reflection, and that again points to that authenticity, trust,
building that
relatability.
Absolutely. Well, Marileg is still here, and yes, we will delve deeper into his wonderful mind in just a little bit. But now, though, let's head to the kitchen to see what's cooking.
Thank you so much, Mari and Carissa, for that inspiring conversation. We bring the inspiration to the kitchen right now. This festive season is all about easy, breezy hosting. Clem Pedro joins us today to reveal his stress-free secret for creating the ultimate party platter with Woolworths' effortless entertaining solutions. Chef Clem, something smells delicious here in the kitchen.
Look, the spread is amazing this season, and I'm going into my entertainers era. I'm entertaining this festive season. The truth is I don't, because we work right up till the 24th of December.
That's true.
So we don't really get a chance to entertain. So I have already started now.
Yes.
I'm embracing the festive season. This is how we do it. Understand?
What's at the top of your list?
At the top of the list is focusing on convenience. Right? So the most important thing is the time spent with the people, not me in the kitchen busy doing our thing. So we're focusing on convenience and creating moments, not just one, but multiple. So we're actually creating multiple platters because you want people to kind of move around.
Of course.
You don't want everybody to hover around one platter. No, number one, that's going to give you work because you're going to have to replenish over and over.
It disappears immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Separate everything, that's the vibe. So let's talk about what we have on offer.
Yes, please.
Okay. The hot smoked West Coast mussels and the marinated Arista style calamari. When I first saw this coming out, I was like, wait. This is ringing a bell. I had almost the exact same thing in Spain.
Are you serious?
And these were like ridiculously good. So truth, I have not tasted these yet. So okay, I'm gonna try it in a bit. So very, very excited to talk about that. First important to mention, and look at me being so rude. Cookle, would you like to try with me?
You know what? It's okay, Chef Clem. Today is your day.
Okay,
go ahead.
The reason is I don't need to taste this because I've got lots of other things I want you to try. I don't want you getting full. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Very important to mention sustainability first.
Yes.
Always. Always. So I really love these. We love seafood during the festive season, and Woolies is coming through. Then we got our beautiful labna. So labna is a yogurt that's been strained. So it becomes a little thicker, richer, creamier. And then it's gonna top it with za'atar, roasted carrots. Za'atar, North African spice. And carrots have this like sweetness in them, but when you cook them, they almost become like, yes, savory, but the umami comes out. And with the za'atar, it becomes so good. So it's that. Grab a biscuit, grab a piece of bread, tear things, leave the knives in the kitchen.
Live your best life. Really immerse yourself
Absolutely.
in the experience.
And food is about being so immersed in every element of it. So breaking bread, digging it in there, eating. If you want, you can go ahead and decorate with a little bit of the beautiful micro herbs, which is always lovely. It looks delicate. It shows that you've made an effort.
And what I enjoy about garnishing, right? I feel like they serve as a filter. They elevate the food.
They do.
Right?
They do. A little bit of color, that's it. Okay, those are cool. A little bit of bacon-wrapped chipolatas. Always a vibe, a little bit of protein.
Yeah.
Especially if your guests are coming in and you know, like, Kuchle, I know if I'm inviting you, I know the way that you're looking right now, you've spent at least half the morning getting ready like this, right? So your guests might arrive hungry.
There
Protein.
you go.
Hit them with the chipolatas wrapped in bacon. Cool, we gotta zoom because Willies have come through.
So wait, would you then suggest that you separate your different platters? You start off with your seafood platter, and then your sweet and savory platter, so on and so on.
Create almost themes. I like what you said, just to create a sweet platter, a savory platter. If you've got an Asian platter, hoy that over there. A Mediterranean platter, put that over there. Create all those little separate moments. And again, I like what you say, creating themes actually works. So over here, talk about this theme. This might be for your younger guests coming through, little mini pizzas. I say younger guests, but guys, again, if you go to my house now, open the freezer, drawer number 2. Drawer number 2. You're gonna find them.
We are the younger guests.
We are the younger guests. These are amazing because listen, when we get home at midnight from a shoot, air fryer, boom, you are so happy.
Quick and easy.
Quick and easy, but they haven't sacrificed on flavor at all. So then we got that. We got our beautiful sun-dried tomato, red pepper, top, nduja dip. Have you had nduja before?
Never.
It's spicy.
Is it?
Please really taste.
All right.
Nduja is a spicy, it's actually made with meat as well in there.
Is it?
Here you go. I'm gonna give it to you, the cracker.
I was about to eat it with a spoon, but
I want you to try it with that
Much
biscuit.
better.
Again, make sure you get that sauce in there. Very delicious, very amazing. I eat this, again, give me a loaf of bread and a dark corner and I'm happy.
I am obsessed.
Have it. It's
Declan,
yours. It's
you
yours.
are putting me on today.
Okay, that's yours. You keep that. Cherries are in season, and I like adding a little bit of what's in season on my platter as well. So grapes, always, we love grapes, but cherries are here now. Have a bit of cherries on the platter. Also, again, it's interactive food. You gotta pick it up. You gotta bite it. You can fight with the stone.
And
it's theatrical. I love it. Then, okay, gyoza. Love a prawn gyoza. Willies are coming through with all the Asian range right now. And the thing for me is I have been on an Asian kick in 2025. So Willies are coming through with the beautiful gyoza. And what I love is everything's there for you. Everything's done. I've actually used this in the office because they got a microwave. I've been eating 5-star meals in the office thanks to Woolies.
Michelin star meals.
Michelin star. It is so. I'm still working on my chopsticks. These are so good, but we got to move. We got to walk. Stop pilling. Walk. Okay. I do not go on a road trip now, truthfully, without these two pairings traveling with us.
What do you love the most about
It's not me. It's my wife. I love it, I know. But she is obsessed with the prawn cocktail and then the trout wrap cream cheese. And you know what? Out of all the things to be obsessed with, that's a good one. The flavors are good. The quality is in there. Again, sustainability comes first. It is so delicious. And the thing is, we've been in a habit of, South Africa in general, when we pack for road snacks, guys, it's not healthy things. It's not good things. We don't focus on quality. We just focus on...
Captini has everything but healthy things.
Exactly. So I know we're stepping it up a little bit and stepping up our road trip game.
Yeah.
These feature really well. And the cooler bag, and Woolies have some of the most amazing, fashionable cooler bags this season. So it really does play into it. But again, when you're entertaining, it's beautiful when we're presenting it on these beautiful oh, don't break that one. It's actually connected. When you present it on boards like this, it just creates depth, dimension, and people can tell, your guests can tell that you've made an effort.
You've put in the effort.
You've put in the effort. Okay, so we're mixing, this is going to be our seafoody board, as you can clearly see.
What is this?
A beetroot dip.
Okay.
So we got that beetroot, and I think it's beetroot and yogurt mixed together. Again, I'm adding it for the color.
Yeah.
Because we got the pinky, orange, purple, boom, okay? Then we got some of these tempura air-fried prawns. Get it in there.
They sound so crunchy.
It's crunchy. It is all the crunch. There we go. Okay, then I've got to speed it up. We got lots. Then we got our duck mini bao buns. Had this weekend. Oh my word, Woolworths. So cute. Okay, but we got to get the most important thing. What was Woolworths thinking?
Just look at the cute smiley faces.
Woolworths thinking? Guys, I don't wanna, but I'm gonna.
Chef, ouch.
I know
How do they taste?
You have one of Santa's little helpers. These are so good, and then you go and make it so cute, right? I mean, I'm double dipping. Where's the soy? Soy's over there.
This is so delicious, for real. Thank you so much, Chef Clem, for putting us on.
Woolies, come
and
through.
letting us know how Woolies is making the festive season so much easier and better. It was so good to see you, right? Choose Woolies as your hosting partner this festive season. Plus, shop 4 for 3 selected easy entertaining items and buy any 2 selected frozen entertaining items and save 25% until the 25th of January 2026. This offer is valid in-store, online and on the app. T's and C's do apply and can be found on woolworths.co.za. Do not go anywhere. But there's so much more goodness coming after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This morning, we're continuing that conversation we started a bit earlier with entrepreneur and Webfluential co-founder Mary Legg, who still joins us on our couch this morning. Now, earlier we explored how social capital changes the way that we define wealth. Now, let's go a little bit deeper into the practical side, how to earn it, compound it, and spend it wisely in your own business or in your own life. And I know it's quite an interesting concept about social capital being spent when it's not actual money, but we'll get into that question in just a bit. But now I want to talk about the 5 steps that you mentioned, and I was saying I've been testing myself with this. We're talking about spending, compounding, diversifying, protecting, and earning, if I'm not mistaken. So take us through all of these, and which one do you think people struggle with the most when it comes to those 5 steps of wealth?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it much like financial money. You know?
Right.
So first you got to earn some. And how do you earn it? You earn it by being authentic and being trustworthy and creating value for the communities that you're a part of. So if you can say to your community, good services to use, places to go, views and opinions of the world, kind of making sense of all the chaos and bringing it home, you are growing your social capital so that when people think, oh, I've got this question, who should I ask? I'm going to ask
You're
them.
the go-to.
So that's how you're going to generate value. So you want to earn it. Then you want to diversify it. So you want to be able to be a participant in a number of communities. You know, maybe it's sport, parenting, work, and some personal stuff.
Right.
So you want to be able to express the authenticity among a number of groups. And then you want to compound it. So you want to keep turning up. You want to show that you're resilient, that you are committed to the cause, and that you are trustworthy. So, the quickest way to start losing it is when you're not. So let that compound. And then where you want to start spending it is when you want to recommend something. And spending can also be net positive for everybody, because if you create value by saying, I recommend this, that, or the next thing, and it's good for the group, and it's good for you and the supplier, amazing. But also you can turn it into financial capital, and that's something that we touched on a little bit earlier as well.
Absolutely. I just want to go back to the spending social capital. I find it so fascinating because, as I mentioned in the intro, usually you spend money, but now we're spending our social capital. And when I think about the fact that Graham says this all the time, that your network is your net worth, because opportunity can turn into real life gains. So can you kind of explain this as well? When you are spending your social capital, what does that mean and how can we access that?
So if you want to think about being a good citizen,
Yeah.
you can take it really down to the bones of that. And spending your capital means that you are recommending authentic experiences, services, things to your group, because you've enjoyed them and experienced them, or they've been recommended to you. So it's this web of kind of network that's recommending and also acting as a bit of a filter. So the best of the best tend to be recommended more, and as quality declines, they get forgotten about. So it's this kind of constant cycle of being able to introduce new things. I mean, the show this morning is amazing, just to see all of the diversity of new things that I'm exposed to.
Right.
And that's because of the social capital exposure that you have and you're bringing to an audience.
Right.
So it's all about audience and community, and then being able to spend the best of it with the people that you care about.
Yeah. And I love the fact that in this digital space, the access to that has become, or the barrier of access has lowered slightly, where before it would be 3 people that we're looking to sort of gain access into these worlds and, try to find out from them where's the place to go. But now, like you mentioned earlier, TikTok, anybody picks up their phone and you'll find somebody that resembles you, resonates with you, looks like you, and that you trust in order to gain that authenticity from, which is such a great space that we're actually playing in now in this day and age. But authenticity is easy to preach, definitely harder to prove. I'm sure you can agree with that as well. And especially in this era of AI, where we're trying to find out what's true, what's not true. How do we sort of protect our reputation without compromising on anything, and also it being diluted by so many options available out there?
So I guess 2 points on that. One is, you mentioned, the access that you have to a phone and with TikTok. So this means that anybody in the world can start creating their own social capital, their own network, and they can go on to being a huge success. It really just takes someone who's consistently making good content and the world enjoying that. So that's the one. And then the other one is, in the world of AI, I think people are going to crave human experience even more. They're going to crave that access to what's happening in the day for a real person and not the filtered world. So I think people will they'll enjoy digital channels, but they will also break out of those and they'll want to have more real life IRL experiences.
IRL, I like that.
and that's where they can enjoy that. So it moves from digital to real, and that's where they can kind of keep that consistency.
Oh, that is fantastic. Can I just say thank you? I feel like you've really enabled us with so many things to just start small and start today, whether that is, like you said, IRL in real life, or whether you wanting to pick up your phone and start finding your community and finding your tribe. Mari, you've been fantastic. Come back soon, okay?
Awesome,
we can't wait to hear more about that in the near future. For now, though, we do want to get into some ideas, especially when it comes to the festive season, and the Cape Ballet has something for us.
Get ready to spin and win with World Sports Betting. Every Friday morning on Expresso, one lucky viewer will walk away with up to 5,000 Rand in cash. Once in, simply head to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, Instagram or X pages and answer the weekly question and include hashtag World Sports Betting. Don't miss your chance to turn your Friday morning into a winning one. T's and C's apply and can be found at expressoshow.com. World Sports Betting, where every spin could be a win.
my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And we are in for a very special conversation right now as the curtain rises on Cape Ballet, Africa's much anticipated staging of Giselle. We sit down with two extraordinary artists, breathing life into the timeless tale of love and betrayal. Liani Tunizin, a rising star of South African ballet, takes on the emotionally charged role of Giselle, while international guest artist Solomon Osatsuva brings his powerful presence to Albrecht. Under the masterful choreography of Maina Gilgood and performed to a recording by the Cape Town Philharmonic Orchestra, this production promises to be a landmark moment in both dancers' careers. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a feel-good welcome to Liani and Solomon. Come on. Welcome to the show, you guys. Congratulations and well done. How are you feeling about the production so far?
Good. Excited.
Very good, very good. The process has been very nice, getting to know Liani as well, and the people here in Cape Ballet, Africa.
That's stunning.
Yeah.
Liani?
He's not too bad either.
He's aight. Liani, I'm going to start with you, right? This role is very demanding, and I want to dive into that. How has your experience been so far, and how do you prep for such an intense role?
This is my second time performing this role, and I find that second time is very different. You have mastered some of the technicality a little bit, not completely, for sure, there's always growth, but you get to explore more of the characterization, and you get to grow not only as an artist, but actually as a person within that space. And I've really found that as I've brought myself to the role, it's expanded my artistic expression. Of course. But then with that freedom, I've been freer in my movement as well. So it's been such a joy.
That is so beautiful to hear. And for you, Solomon, you are an international artist. Welcome to Cape Town.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure it's been both exciting and challenging, right? How would you describe this journey and transition so far?
I mean, first of all, it's my first time in South Africa.
Wow.
So it's been very exciting for now. And the whole process here was very nice. Like I said, I'm working with Liani and with Maina Gilgood and with all the people in Cape Ballet, Africa. I think it was a very nice process. I have worked on the role of Albrecht before, but in a very different production, and it was back in Vienna. And here it was very nice to get a lot of artistic input also from Liani, and also the vision from Maina, because she has a very particular vision for her production. So all in all, it was very exciting until now, and I'm very much looking forward to the shows.
Yeah. I mean, Giselle is known for its technical labor, right? And for the both of you to find your chemistry, what has that process looked like so far?
I think just doing the things and exploring and see what happens. Because I feel like in these roles, it's very important to be quite authentic. So I feel like in the first days, we were just trying things out and seeing where it goes. And I feel like it went somewhere good. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think when you're walking into a space with someone that you don't know, you just have to be very open to whatever is going to come. And I think we've been very lucky that the chemistry has worked and we've enjoyed each other as people, which then does make the acting a lot easier.
Of course.
Yeah, and I think what I've really enjoyed is Solomon is like a very natural actor, so it's been very easy to engage with that.
He's trying not to blush right now. I mean, the element of vulnerability and the emotions that go into it, I can imagine there's a lot of work that you guys need to do behind the scenes to really establish it so that it translates on stage as well. Solomon, you are internationally acclaimed and you are performing for the first time in Cape Town, right? How would you say that this experience has expanded your artistic lens?
Very much, because I've realized how diverse South Africa is, not just in people, also in culture. And I feel like this has also influenced me a lot with how I see things and also with the people that I work with here in Cape Ballet. Because the people are so different, I get a lot of different energy and a lot of different inspiration from each person. And yeah, just being here made me think about many things differently. Also how I interpret the role and how I think it's very much different now than I would have done it 2 weeks ago before I arrived here in South Africa. So I think all in all, I grew a lot up until now, and I hope to grow more. We'll see.
We definitely will see. We cannot wait to see you in action. Just finally, for you, you are working under the wing of an icon. How has that been for you?
Working with Mena is truly special. She is able to bring something out of you that very few people can. And I think it's actually because she puts so much detail, not just into the leading characters, but the supporting characters as well. So you genuinely feel like you're living a real story instead of trying to just act something that doesn't feel authentic, which makes such a big difference. And I mean, her wealth of knowledge is just amazing. So
I can only imagine. Thank you so, so much for bringing your magic to your Feel Good Breakfast show here on Expresso. Best of luck. We cannot wait to see you light up the stage. Now, Liani and Solomon prepare to take the stage in Giselle this week. Their artistry promises to transport audiences into a world of haunting beauty and emotional depth. Secure your seat and witness ballet at its finest, taking place at the Baxter Theatre from the 13th to the 22nd of November. Tickets are available right now through Web Tickets.
Ooh, it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas, especially here at the Expresso studios with the holiday season unfolding as we speak. It's time to create an unforgettable ambiance. Now, architectural and interior designer Zan Domini is here with Woolie's range of lights and baubles, crackers, and so much more. Everything to do with Christmas decor to serve up something festive this season. Zan, welcome back. And thank you for coming with all the things. Can I call you Miss Santa?
You can. Maybe for today's show.
She is Miss Santa, and she came bringing so many beautiful gifts. I've got to ask you the most important question, though, because there's so much debate going on online and in person. When is the ideal time to put up your Christmas tree?
It is never too soon to put up your Christmas tree.
Are
in
you
fact,
serious?
I think when you come home from Halloween trick-or-treating, you can be ready to put your Christmas tree up.
Zan, you're kidding me. In November?
I think so. No, I'm joking. I think, you know, if you're looking at the last week of November or the first weekend of December, that's the ideal time. Give yourself 2 weeks to play. Well, you know how it is. There's a lot of socials going on. So fit in your Christmas tree, and I think start planning from that last week in November, which we are now coming up to.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe how quickly time has also flown by. But I do want to ask you a little bit more about the Christmas season and decor in particular. I mean, what sorts of things can we look out for, especially when it comes to Woolworths decor?
Okay, so I think the most important thing about Woolworths decor at the moment is that it's collectibles. You can really know that next season and the season past there was similar decorations, and so you can start creating a little collected series.
I love this.
I love the idea of collecting these beautiful felt decorations over here. They are so beautiful, and you can really start looking at different little ones. That can represent different things in your life. They're so lovely for gifting. We're looking again at so much paper. So we spoke about these beautiful paper trees. They come in multiple different sizes that you can put on tables, you can put on the floor.
And that fold up and then you open it up as
exactly.
well.
We all want space saving. And you can see that little bauble that you're holding there too. It's beautiful, that paper coming in, that lightness, and you know, that feeling of handmade that we've spoken about often this year.
Right.
We're also looking at the most beautiful ceramics. So this little glowing house that can sit on a coffee table, which can match these ceramic ornaments that can hang on the tree. I absolutely love these. And the little, you know, I love that neutral. Can you imagine a tree that is just decorated all in white?
Oh, wow. I'll grab it for you.
But you can just imagine creating a story of
he's
all
chilling
of
with the legs at the end.
I mean, aren't they beautiful? So you can imagine this little story of all these neutrals coming together. Look, these ornaments all have this is actually a tree topper. So I absolutely love these.
And how extravagant is it?
It's so beautiful, and it connects to the light, so you can actually, it'll glow. And I think this is just so pretty and so dainty.
Beautiful.
I'm also loving the Christmas stacks at the bottom. Don't you think it'll be wonderful if you actually, aren't they
stop.
cute? They're so great, and they add to that festive decor in your home. And don't you think they'd be wonderful if you embroidered your kids' names on them?
Of course.
Just adding that special element.
Forget a Christmas stocking. I want a Christmas sack. What do you? I didn't even think this was an option. I am here for this. I see the wooden bits as well.
The wooden ones are
And the
so
glass.
beautiful. There is so much. This is the thing. The wooden ones are, I think, again, with that whole neutral scheme, or just adding small elements that are softer in terms of their colour scheme.
Yep.
And then building it up with these beautiful, and these are all glass again.
Wow.
So these are where you're really elevating your tree. And I just love the idea of collecting them over the seasons too.
Agreed. I also love the fact that we're not afraid to experiment with a bit of color, but also, of course, stick to the theme of it being your reds, your greens, your golds, and then adding silver here and there. The candle too.
The candles.
We spoke about that yesterday.
We've always spoken about having scents, never forgetting that sense of yours. And I think in a guest bathroom, again, as a story on a coffee table, and it's actually got a really beautiful Christmassy scent.
No part of your house is left untouched. We love to see it. Okay, Zan, final tips to give us when it comes to thinking about decorating our tree and maybe even our lounge area around it.
So I think we should be embracing Christmas colours, whatever that may be for you. I also think when you're decorating your tree, start with the lights. I think that's super important. And then go with your big baubles, and then in between hang the smaller ones. I think festivity over season is really about creating an ambience so people are welcomed and where you feel like there is a bit of glitter in the air.
Yeah, a bit of Christmas cheer.
There is. So if that's just a little bit of a scent, if that's just neutrals where you're just layering whites and your beautiful wooden textures, or if it's really going full color, I think it's just about a shift in pace and about realizing that we're now in the season.
Oh my gosh, the final stretch is here. I'm so excited. I also think whether or not you celebrate Christmas on the religious end, everybody can get involved. I
totally agree. I think that especially with a range like this where you're collecting beautiful, maybe it's just bows and not really Christmas motifs. I think there's just a space for feeling merry.
Yeah, I would agree with that entirely. And we need a little bit of that, especially as the big days are coming our way. The bows, definitely adding that to mine. I think it adds a touch of elegance.
Don't you think?
Because sometimes it can get a bit kitsch, which I don't mind. But sometimes as an adult, you want to just be grown. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to ask you to pick your favorite before we wrap it up.
I have to say that at the moment, I'm just loving these little felt characters.
Agreed.
I think they're so fantastic. And I think if you gift your children a few of these each season, soon they'll have a collection that can evoke memory.
Yeah.
And I just think that's just so special. Start collecting your Christmas decorations when they're young.
Oh, I like that. And it's sustainable. You'll keep it for a lifelong. All right, it's time to dust off all of those. Tell me that's a cracker.
This is a cracker.
Oh
and
my
we're
gosh.
gonna, just for old time's sake, we have to pull it. A Christmas tree packer, brand new from Woolworths.
Let's see. 3, 2. There it is. Our hat, our joke, and our... Okay, you prepare your joke.
And our sticker.
And our sticker. As I tell you about Woolworths, who's definitely got the lights, the baubles, the crackers, the decor, all of the above. And we want to make it a magical festive season indeed. So you can go ahead and shop these Christmas decorations at more, in store, online, and on the app. Tell me you got a joke?
I unfortunately
no
got
jokes
a
today.
There are jokes. There are jokes. There are all sorts of things. This one you're going to have to do. What do a dash and a dancer love?
A dash and a dancer? To groove. I don't know.
They are... Oh, why do they love coffee? Because they're Santa Starbucks.
It's fine. We'll work on that one. Don't worry about us. In the meantime, we'll definitely make sure that our decor is sorted come 25 December.
Summer's heating up, and so are the prizes with Pluscon's Win All Summer Competition. Stand to win the ultimate holiday to the Maldives with 200,000 Rand, plus loads of weekly and monthly prizes. From shopping vouchers, JBL speakers, cash prizes, and unforgettable getaways to either Dubai, Zanzibar, Cape Town, or Vic Falls. To enter, simply spend 1,000 Rand or more on any Pluscon product and choose one of 4 easy ways to submit your entry. Competition closes 28 February. T's and C's apply. Win all summer with Pluscon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, chance to remind you about winnings that you can take home.
Yes, for sure. Panda Pusher Play. Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 for 45 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Wednesday. Don't miss out. Play Lotto for an estimated 27 million rand, Lotto Plus 1 for 3 million rand, and Lotto Plus 2 for 15 million rand.
Good, so that's a lot of millions is
It's
all
a
I'm
lot
saying.
of millions,
So
okay?
please go ahead, don't hold back, buy your tickets now in store. Head to nationallottery.co.za, the website. The mobile app is there for you, cell phone banking if you will, or simply dial *120 *7529 hash for USSD.
And all the details are on our Expresso social media pages, so check them out, okay? Make sure to get yourself in the running to win by playing Lotto, Lotto Plus 1 and Lotto Plus 2 for 45 million rand in total estimated jackpots today.
Oh my
Play
goodness.
now.
Oh my gosh, with the last couple of minutes we've got left, we've got the performance of a lifetime for you. You heard them talk about the production. Now let's get the Cape Ballet Africa to invite you into Giselle. A beautiful performance waiting for you, Mzansi.
Another feel-good production.